Our university has the right to education, and not just any education, but proper education. Under the kind of environment that I see out there, these students will not get proper education. Mind you, we go around saying that the youth, they are the future leaders of this country. If you don't prepare their foundation, if you don't prepare them, how will they become future leaders? How will they take the stage when we leave? What kind of country are we trying to bring up if we are not preparing our youth to be for tomorrow? And so the students don't even have transportation to go to school. It's not that they don't have the money to pay their way to go, but there are no buses to take them to Finland. Imagine most of the courses have moved up to Finland. And so these students have to be riding keke, which is endangering their lives. Keke to go on that highway from here, Central Town, to go all the way to Finland campus. That's very risky. The teachers themselves that are what trigger the communication. First of all, I'm a product of the University of Liberia. I have my first degree from there. I have my second degree from there. The University of Liberia is the state-owned. What trigger the communication? First of all, I'm a product of the University of Liberia. I have my first degree from there. I have my second degree from there. The University of Liberia is the state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country. That was established so many years ago. I remember when we were there, we were hauling chairs around. And today, 2025, the students are still pulling chairs left and right. It cannot continue to be this way. The university is an institution. The students, over 22,000 students attending our university, have the right to education, and not just any education, but proper education. Under the kind of environment that I see out there, these students will not get proper education. Mind you, we go around saying that the youth, they are the future leaders of this country. If you don't prepare their foundation, if you don't prepare them, how will they become future leaders? How will they take the stage when we leave? What kind of country are we trying to bring up if we are not preparing our youth to be for tomorrow? And so the students don't even have transportation to go to school. It's not that they don't have the money to pay their way to go, but there are no buses to take them to Finland. Imagine most of the courses have moved up to Finland. And so these students have to be riding keke, which is endangering their lives. Keke to go on that highway from here, Central Town, to go all the way to Finland campus. That's very risky. The teachers themselves that are teaching the students, they are not being properly treated. Their salaries are so low.
Disciples of egalitarianism, instead of social justice, academic freedom and peace, we get the masses of our people exploited, plantation and man workers, conscious students of the Republic, progressive members of the full estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with unwavering determination and a strong sense of justice, the Progressive Alliance of the University of Liberia, saying that the only remaining voice in the youth and student community, that tirelessly fight for the rights and well-being of the masses of our people. Our unwavering commitment to the defending, our unwavering commitment to defending the marginalized and upholding the values of liberty is the reason why we have never wavered in our existence. Through our history, our sins have always been on the side of the defenseless and oppressed. As we believe in the power of the collective to bring about positive change and promote equality, we refuse to be silent or compromised. For one fact, and amongst many other reasons, we have witnessed before our eyes the President of the Republic in the midst of hunger is granting people worth over millions of dollars. This tragic reality, the tragic reality of Liberia's current political climate, as we take a stroll through the political atmosphere of our beloved country, Mama Liberia, the name of liberty phone now on first at all, there's a heavy heart that we must acknowledge the sad truth that this once blessed land has been delivered into the hands of crooks, thieves, and bandits. The current United government elected on a platform of rescue and change has instead become synonymous with corruption and greed. The ordinary people who place their trust in them, hoping for a better future, have been left disheartened and disillusioned. The motto of this administration, promising to rescue the Liberian people, but our struggling nation has proven to be nothing more than a facade. The looting of state resources without any sense of remorse or accountability has become a regular occurrence. Extrajudicial killings and a blatant disregard for the rule of law have become the norm. The use of tear gas on peaceful citizens, peaceful protesters, simply to silence their voices have become a common tactic used by the regime. The justice system meant to uphold and protect the rights of the Liberian people have been weaponized to serve the interests of the ruling Union Party.
Our attention is drawn to the activities of Honorable Musa Aksan Benete, just representative, and the Honorable House of Representative, who was when they elected by the people of that district to represent them and also SSRs, looking at their own side while making laws at the scene. The decision was struggled by the strength of the campaign performance and promises marketed by Honorable Benete in 2023. By promoting to run and transparent and accountable leadership which seeks to engage stakeholders in participatory processes before making cardinal national decisions. Honorable Benete spoke to the source of citizens who wanted their views to be reflected in national decisions. By promising to live in a district and go to Morocco on Tuesday and Thursday, Honorable Benete was speaking of accessible leadership that provides a platform for citizens to meet and interact with their leaders always. By promoting the work with government, even if they don't come from the political party, Honorable Benete was assuring the citizens that no matter the situation, the interests of the citizens will supersede all over narrow political interests and personal emotions. It can be recalled that therefore, during and even after the period of political campaign, Honorable Benete made serious promises, including but not limited to the provision of benefits and other educational opportunities to the youth and students of the district.
They will demand reconciliation for the people in this country. 2026 is the day we'll rally the people. The regime that is bending on compromising justice to please the political elites and the privileged must be met with the forceful resolve of the conscious militants and revolutionaries and the barricade of consciousness. Now I say this to those progressive in government, we are not disappointed because when we all knew that our day will come that you will be at the crossroad. Yesterday, you championed the demand for April 14, 1979. It was all in your recitation that the progressive were never wrong to challenge multi-party democracy in this country. Today, Mr. Boyka is a beneficiary of the democracy that was ushered in by selfless men and women who laid down their lives, regardless of the men and women that stood before them, regardless of the army that conversed them, to usher in a boycott that, according to him, could not even drink milk when he was born, to be living at the luxury opponents of the people and taking home a budget around 4 million, and you come here and make mockery of the people that sacrifice their lives in making sure that you live at opponents, and you think will allow you go scot-free by misinterpreting and misreading history. You are joking, Mr. President. You are joking. This is a historical cause that we are prepared to champion. We are prepared to champion the cause for the dignification of those people that are lying at the mass grave when you went there and criminate well our trouble from the mountain and brought them to give you a befitting funeral only because you want to have a name made for yourself among the American Liberians. Only because you want your administration to be given an international acclaim process that you did what our administration could not have done. You cannot rebury those without thinking about reburying Will Gabi Tapia. You cannot rebury those without thinking about reburying Aaron Nipsey. These people, these men and women, blood was used as a water to factor the revolution and lay the blueprint of the democracy that you enjoy today. If the government of Liberia cannot commemorate that committee, involve our student leaders in this country to commemorate and celebrate a genuine reconciliatory effort, the July 26th celebration will be another historical reality that will be confronted by men and women at the barricade of consciousness. We are calling on all progressive forces and ideological movement in this country to see July 26th as a day to demand national reconciliation and national healing. And may Mr. Boyka, quote-unquote, kwasa, misguided, misapplied, and misrepresented illogic of what it should be. We are saying this to Liberians The need for reconciliation is not only given to president.
You need to fix them, modify them, so they get in power.
But Benedict is a
Madigo man. I rode and the next thing one time Nigeria into a Muslim state. For what? Do we rather need religion? We don't need religion in Africa, we need technology. We don't need religion.
So even when someone propose Christian state, you won't support that?
No, we don't support no Christian state here. Why you people like it? And before you want our Christendom, why no more Christendom? Nobody can honor the pastor. You always say somebody honor the pastor, want to eat them, nobody can honor him. The other country you want? No, there is no transparency in religion. Because the religion don't believe they represent God. So you can ask him questions. So not the religion around here.
I thought you were a prophet.
Well, I'm a prophet, but I'm a morning man.
Oh, you morning prophet?
I'm a morning prophet. I understand religion on a different level. Everybody should know God for themselves.
Are you going to
people?
Do you have church? You have any president?
What?
Do you have church?
No. I don't have church. My religion, I don't have church. I teach people in the opening. You don't have a church, they have a court, have a society that you indulge in people to behave certain kind of a way. Jesus said, go here into the world and teach the people. Until they go pay church. He said, upon the church, I will pay, upon Peter, I will pay, upon the right, I will pay my church. And the Roman Catholic person of the church, what happened in the church here?
What happened in the church?
Never happened in the church.
Yeah,
That is sugar, that they can't put pressure here.
when I finish it, do the
So you not go home, was reschedule and come by here.
What?
It will be next week.
I'm not here.
So the thing about the prison already open. They will understand. Anytime the men come to you, tell them say what the lawmaker. Don't have a superintendent permission. Ask for the lawmaker. Joseph Baka saying you're here to coordinate with me. Now what they say 3 separate and coordinate branches. They not tell you say they can't do my work.
Don't tell me. I will say that too. You take my work, you give it to somebody.
No, I'm not giving your word to anybody. The license you get is required by law, right? You go to the executive, you get a license to come and operate here, to sign agreement on behalf of the citizen. I got to be the first person, now not the superintendent, not the commissioner, that the law in this country. But if you part by me, go sign agreement and I say no, it will not work. And I tell you the police will not be open today. They can't force it because the lawmaker. And yeah, after 6 years, I want to be senator, I want to be representative, I'll be re-elected.
I'm behind you. I want to go because I just.
And I don't know. I want to that is sugar, that they can't put pressure here.
When I finish it, do the
So you not go home, was reschedule and come by here.
What?
It will be next week.
I'm not here.
So the thing about the prison already open. They will understand. Anytime the men come to you, tell them say what the lawmaker. Don't have a superintendent permission. Ask for the lawmaker. Joseph Baka saying you're here to coordinate with me. Now what they say 3 separate and coordinate branches. They not tell you say they can't do my work.
Don't tell me. I will say that too. You take my work, you give it to somebody.
No, I'm not giving your word to anybody. The license you get is required by law, right? You go to the executive, you get a license to come and operate here, to sign agreement on behalf of the citizen. I got to be the first person, now not the superintendent, not the commissioner, that the law in this country. But if you part by me, go sign agreement and I say no, it will not work. And I tell you the police will not be open today. They can't force it because the lawmaker. And yeah, after 6 years, I want to be senator, I want to be representative. I'm not going to stop the here for lunch. I came to you guys in private. You tell me that yeah, you see what will pass through. I said, get a house session.
Yeah, Let go. Let go now.
No. Again, we hold no sympathy for Mr. Doe. We hold sympathy for Nancy Doe. Peace to our artists. But Doe deserve to die. And if need be, if history repeat itself, he must be killed in a more brutal way than he was killed. For the fact that you can kill over 600 people, men and women, pastors and imams, babies, mothers and pregnant women, in a raid or massacre, we cannot celebrate you as a president that should be given a befitting state funeral.
Yo,
all
men are born equal and deserve the right to live. Yo.
Bueno, our Toba too deserve to die. Oh yes. If history revisit itself, the need to have a more forceful death is imperative upon him. We owe no one an apology. No one an
communication. First of all, I'm a product of the University of Liberia. I have my first degree from there. I have my second degree from there. The University of Liberia is the state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country. That was established so many years ago. I remember when we were there, we were hauling chairs around. And today, 2025, the students are still pulling chairs left and right. It cannot continue to be this way. The university is an institution. The students, over 22,000 students attending our university, have the right to education, and not just any education, but proper education. Under the kind of environment that I see out there, these students will not get proper education. Mind you, we go around saying that the youth, they are the future leaders of this country. If you don't prepare their foundation, if you don't prepare them, how will they become future leaders? How will they take the stage when we leave? What kind of country are we trying to bring up if we are not preparing our youth to be for tomorrow? And so the students don't even have...
Good evening to all of you, and many thanks once again for joining us on this wet Thursday morning. And it's good to be here on this edition of the morning ride, and the promises to be great as usual. We will walk the walk and talk the talk, and as usual have to shift the paradigm of our democracy. Without fear, without favor, we speak undiluted truth to power. Critical analysis, critical thinking, views and opinions are well respected on this platform. But what supersedes, at the end of the day, facts. Follow us on Kool 91.9, Kate News, Kool Radio Online, Kool YouTube channel too as well. You can follow us on all of these headmouths that will bring you all of the information at your doorsteps, in your offices, your business centers, your homes, in your sick bed, whatever you're going to be. We will certainly walk the walk to you there. This program comes away Mondays to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and we are certainly, I'm Wiki Brooks, Ambassador Vice, alongside Sakanu is the man behind the camera this morning. But this is all of the videos and sound you can watch, share, and you can also ask others to join you and leave your comments in the comment section. We hope to try to read it out for you this morning. But wherever you are, you want to do business, you want the goods on the shelves that have been there for so long to be so easily, make a start by Kool, and we will certainly sell it out for you. But this is it, and this is where we are this morning, folks. So we say welcome to this edition of the morning ride. You know, Liberians, I'm not faring too well, but I have to just do what I can do. Liberians have always yearned for development. Liberians have always wanted to see a good leader, a better economy, jobs affordable to Liberians, better health delivery system, security, and all of these things. Everybody wants to see some of these things, that you do not have a self-imposed curfew on yourself. And President Joseph Yomobwaka, there are folks who are making some comments that he's among 5 African head of states that will be traveling to the United States of America you know, and he's been invited, we're told, by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, to attend a high-level summit in Washington. It begins on July 9 to 11. And it's all centered around economic cooperation and regional security, which Liberians love to hear. And we need to be honest to ourselves. Why it is true that we are also happy that in less than 2 years, an invitation will come from the United States, reportedly inviting our president in the rise to have some economic cooperation discussion with other African leaders to attend. We are told that President Barker will be joined by the president of Senegal, also the president of Gabon, Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau. You know, so these leaders is being coordinated through the U.S. State Department in collaboration with the respected embassies in Washington, and will mark a significant diplomatic engagement with Africa by Trump administration. So we're looking at where do we hope to focus our attention as a nation, as a people. What do we hope to achieve after engaging the U.S. administration on the watchful eyes of Donald Trump? Because we have played politics with some of the invitations from the past, and Liberians in the environment did not benefit what they thought as a nation and people who are benefiting. Liberians saw photos. The former president had almost similar invitation. He went to Washington. He was able to meet with Joe Biden at the time, president. And the pop champagne and the picture went viral. Biden said, "I see the people." And Liberians were asking themselves, what's the return? What sort of discussion are you having behind? Are we just celebrating invitation because it comes from one superpower? It comes from one president in the world that people fear so much. How are we planning to engage the identical, summit? What are some of the key issues? Who are those we should catalog to be meeting? What's the itinerary? Is it because we have these invitations that when we go there and your supporters back home just do celebrations, say, they make him go to America, because we heard all of those things. And the dividend, we could not meet it. Liberians are still struggling. We're still finding it hard to have direct foreign investment into our country to create jobs opportunity for a lot of Liberians. We are putting our graduates for tertiary institutions, vocational schools, and we don't have a job for them. The cash that should flow from the public sector to the private sector seems to be on a slow pace. So a lot of Liberian businesses are also cracking down. So while it's true that in a very short period of time, then what the former president waited pretty close to 4 years, or probably a little over 4 years before receiving invitation to the United States. He went there on occasion for the UN General Assembly, but this one is a direct invitation, we've been told, for the Trump administration. And Mr. President, Liberians are also concerned that you take a delegation that will mean purpose, not to just fill one plane with 10, 15, 20, 25 delegation and go to the United States at the expense of the poor taxpayer. We're going to be frank with it. At the expense of the poor taxpayer, and these people just walk around, make no impact, and do nothing, and at the end of the day, they receive money for the time being there. They sleep in hotel, they go to shopping, You know, you see them going to Walmart, they're going to this place, they're going to, you know, and they are there. As you're about to return, then they return with you. Some use taxpayer money when they leave this country with the president. They see it as a time to go and visit their families. They see it as a time to go and see their children. They see it as a time to go and seek better medical attention. Nobody's saying it's bad. But if you are working and earning money, you can stay by your plane ticket and ask your bosses or the president, if you are a minister or whoever, the director of company, that you'll be traveling for medical attention. It is time that we put end to wasteful spending. Directly this morning, we are speaking to the president. Mr. President, every single person that will join you on, apart from your security detail, even though you'll be fully protected in the United States, but it is the bound duty of the Liberian people to give our president protection, whether here or abroad. But Liberians are also saying, Mr. President, let us not walk in the past. Yesterday, things that were condemned, things that were spoken about huge delegation that could not make any impact, but rather were depleting the coverts, should not be repeated in this government. Fingers already been pointed that this government have started to do such. Let's get people on board. We don't need a large team. Let's get people on board that can make the case for Liberia. Yes. We got the tourism sector. We need to sell it out. We have challenged with the health sector. We are challenged when it comes to security. We are challenged when it comes to education. These are areas that we must place huge focus. And people who are going must be able to engage the partners with the right story for Liberia. And you're slowly dressing small too now. You're going to overdress and go and beg. Don't forget, you may be shocked when the president is being asked about the highway for reported corruption into this government. He has suspended a whole lot. Those will be some of the facts people will be pointing to. And what action after suspension people will be asking for the action. You heard the former president George Weah, he said he was also engaged similarly on the issue of 25 million, 16 billion. Some of his colleagues, when he traveled to Dubai or other places, some of the colleagues were asking him, how you manage 16 billion get missing? 25 million mop-up exercise when in thin air. We want to see Liberia make her case. This is not just for the pageantry. Other leaders are achieving because when they are traveling to these kind of a significant and important gathering, they take people who are patriotic, who are nationalistic, and who are lobbyists, and who can make a better case for Liberia. That's what these people will do. I'll tell you a story. You know, former President George Weah and that of former president and the Sierra Leone president, they all came in power just around the same time. And the two of them, the first trip from their respective countries, they went to Senegal. And the former president took a huge delegation. I may not be exact with the numbers, but he took a huge delegation. There was some public outcry. The number was too huge. He had just taken, after saying you have taken on for an empty cover or broken economy, and all of these things, Liberians was struggling. They needed. So, Batabio also went to Senegal, and on the way to Senegal, he carried a very, very low delegation. And the people in Sierra Leone back then, they were not used to such, and so they went on to complain. And they wanted an answer. Why would the president travel with maybe a 7-8 man delegation to Senegal, and his predecessors were traveling with 20, 25 or more or 15, and you just carrying that? And he was able to tell them, look, we must be able to save. We must cut down costs. He said, we got embassy in Senegal. So we are going with people who are going to serve a purpose. We're not just going because we want to have a delegation, because the weight is on, the wage bill falls on the poor people, those who are paying the taxes. And he also said, he went on to give an instruction to all of the ministry agency that nobody go to rent any private house for event, what a workshop, seminar, but you must be able to use the next government entity facility so that you don't waste money. And you are hugely applauded today. They are saving themselves millions of dollars with some of these measures. We can keep just having people traveling with the president and absolutely no impact. Because this country, we're on record for celebrating pronouncement, and the results are not there. We'll give you some typical example. When the former Finance Minister Samuel Tour announced that we have reached 800 million plus for the first time in our country history, Liberians started to celebrate. Liberians were later told that we had surplus, but yet we saw people protesting for the salaries and other benefits. We saw them in the streets, and people started to ask. And later we started hearing about issue of budget shortfall, and people started asking then what happened to the surplus? Because I see people who support this president or this government, well-wisher, partisans or supporter of the regime currently, they are celebrating. They are posting that President Trump has given invitation to the president and probably of Liberia reportedly. What are we celebrating? Are we celebrating invitation, or are we celebrating achievement? What's going to be in a package upon the president return? Because these are some of the issues that we have seen over the period of time. Our presidents from the past to the present have made thousands of travels between them, and we still get just little. We stay asking people for the very same thing for years. We stay asking people to help us with our roads. How long will we keep asking? We stay asking people to help us to strengthen our health system. We stay asking for people to give us supply for our security officers who are buying their own uniforms and other logistics on their own. It's difficult. Yeah, police, based on probably your connection or whatsoever, maybe give uniform once in a while. But most of the officers you see, they go literally and buy their own uniform, their own boots, and they want to look good. And those who are just receiving the little cannot afford to do that. That's how we see them. We turn to them and say, oh, the police are dirty, afraid. No. We go to the hospitals, you see people sitting in chairs, taking drip. We shop on bed. Those who go there sometimes to say, like, I want to sleep with my patient, my husband or my wife, my son, my daughter, my uncle, my auntie, my niece. There's nowhere to sleep. They sleep on the floor, or probably they sleep outside of some of these health facilities. We need people that will make the case. That's what Liberia needs. People who are convincing lobbyists that when you get there, it's not about sending pictures back to us like the President Donald Trump was shaking hands. There are other presidents who have gone to meet Donald Trump. So we should not just see this invitation as invitation to show to the opposition that you want to show to the opposition with Toyo. President Praga got connection. The people want dividend. They want the positive outturn that we can look back and say, yes, the Minister of Commerce were with the President on his delegation. He was able to sit with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, convince themselves Liberia kids and say, look, we got a fertile soil, we got a conducive climate, you can go and invest in agriculture. Minister of Agriculture will be sitting there, meeting other folks, meeting other private business people who are exporting rice, flour, oil, beans. They tell them, so look, you can have a feasibility study in Liberia. You can come and test our soil. We want you to invest where we can be food secure when it comes to our staple food called rice. But this issue of people in government, every time the president going, he just pack part of people behind him. Or sometimes the president sometimes be reviewing the list. As the former president Ellen Johnson said, leave. Madam Ellen Johnson said on an occasion while she was president, even some of the programs that she attended locally, at times when she see a particular minister or director that got no business being at that program, she looks at the program, asks you whether maybe you part of the program, you had a statement about you will shut down, because this is the tendency. If they're hurting you, well, let it help you and you can do what you want to do. But this is Liberia and this is our home and these are reality. These were things that will condemn people yesterday. I told you my bullet know nobody. I don't have friends when it comes to shooting. You cross it from it will hit it. But the right thing for Liberia will put the smiles on all of our faces. You find 10, 15, 20 persons traveling with the president. What you get to go do there? What are you doing? You just go there, sit, time for dinner, you go eat, you take picture, you go to one of the bridges, take picture, you go to the White House, you take picture, you go to the Liberty Statue, you take picture, and you send it back home, you come, you print some of the pictures and have it in your homes on the wall, but you cannot show picture that you took in Liberia to be seen on the wall. Mr. President, request from the protocol, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the delegation, look at the numbers, look at the names, look at those people with the kind of position that will be on the delegation. Because we are spending money. We can't be spending money and no result. This government must be result-oriented government. Not just parting people together and say, yeah, we're going with the president. And you come back and say, yeah, I'm going with the president. What was your impact? What did you do upon your return? What do Liberians await in return? Because you're going to meet philanthropists, billionaires, top coin in the business community, in the corporate world. What case are you selling for Liberia? We got a lot of historical sites. What are you talking to? Opening doors to invite tourists. To invite people, people who just want to have a vacation in Liberia. That we will be able to generate huge sum of money. And not just go there, taking picture in the plane, taking picture in the hall, taking picture while shaking Donald Trump's hand or the U.S. Secretary of State, and we need our Minister of Defense to be sitting with the Secretary of Defense and talking about some of the challenges our men and women in arms from the armed forces of Liberia. We need the Inspector General of Police to be engaging his colleagues and other partners from around the world. Free tutorial every morning. They're paying for it. We'll control and educate and guide government. That's what nobody can do, but we can do it normally free of charge. And sometimes it helps people. What is up here, we have to leave it behind. and put it into people because we will go with it. It's not just to criticize and criticize and criticize. Sometimes government might just feel that she's doing so well. The president might just feel that he's doing excellently well, based on the kind of reports and messages taken to him for his able lieutenants. Maybe you came from Bon County, you were superintendent of Bon County, and you had an arrangement to meet the president. You hear and the president asks you, how is Bon County? Most of you tell lies. You will look at the president and say, oh, Mr. President, Bon County, all right. The people can't wait to see you. Your people there, people happy for the way you. And knowing for the way you know the people are not happy. You're afraid to lose the job, so you gave the picture that all is well. It's about telling the president, look, Mr. President, while it is true, you are striving to make some ends, you want to achieve this, but I think there are a whole lot of things. The people are not too happy. They complain about the roads. The people talking about stable electricity. The people talking about better health care. Those are some of the things you should be able. Oh, Mr. President, there are a lot of folks stay out of school. You know, the public school across the county, not that much to absorb all of the desiring students. So I think there's a need that we look into the budget and see how what we can get 1 or 2 new public schools built for the next academic year, so we can be able to put more kids into school. And these are some of the conversation. You saw Ansel Sodi, he was lying to former President George Weah about how all the schools were intact until the former president took upon himself unannounced to one public school and saw how that school was lying in ruins. He said, well, the picture that was being painted was far different from what he's been told. And that's it. That's why sometimes we say, Mr. President, do some unannounced visit to somebody's ministry agency. It will shock you. When you get to somebody's ministry agency, as soon as LEC go, whether it's 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock, just know that that ministry done for the day. Mr. President, that's some of the time. You go there, unannounced. 12 o'clock, he said, let me go to the Ministry of Health. You get there and see how many ministers, how many assistant ministers, how many directors in the building. If they are out, what are they doing out? They go for lunch. Sometimes they don't come back. Tell the secretary, lock my door, unplug all of the devices, and bring my laptop. You see? We celebrated pronouncements for so long in this country. We celebrated trips for so long. We want the narratives to be changed. We want Liberians to see the dividend of your leadership. We need to look at all of these things. So, Mr. President, we are appealing that you make requests for the list. Let us have people who have this country at heart, who are willing not just to go, that I'm traveling with the president, but tomorrow can say, look, when we travel with the president, we're able to meet some business tycoon. We're able to convince them. Today, you see that investment, you see that company that's currently in Liberia, we were able to sit with the partners. And that's how we were able to convince them that we have a conducive atmosphere for such business. And that's why these people are here and doing business with us. Yes. I remember during the regime of former President Ellen Johnson's leave around 2010, 2011 upward. And I was working at the Liberia Women Democracy Radio in Concorton. You know? And we were broadcasting after set up everything for some time. And we have organized the official launch of the radio. But then the CEO right now of Spoon Network. Titi Kine was the station manager. Yeah, the late Alexander Kool Anderson, Moses Brown, Scarlett E.J. in South Korea. You know, Winston Dayu is the corporate communication manager at Metal Steve. You can name Fenetta Johnson, Yeremy Hunter, Jeanette Va, DJ Weezy. You just name all of you guys. We were all there, you know, being the first female radio in Liberia and probably in West Africa at the time. So we had this program plan for the dedication. And in that time, Vava Geva was the Minister of Gender. And Madam Salif went there for the program. I was sitting at control along with Susan Scout here. And so I was sitting at control and they were upstairs. You know, we had a studio downstairs in the basement. And so Madam Salif, you know, got through dedicating the station, cut the ribbon. She walked downstairs and just said thank you to, you know, I said, oh, thank you. You know, the woman left in our vest. And just in that time, while about to leave, the Minister of Gender had just arrived. It was shocking. Madam Salif opened it, expressed her dissatisfaction about Minister Gabriel. And she said, is this the time you Minister of Gender, a gender radio station that will propagate women issues and girls issues, and you coming at this time? No, not even in Kono, right in the fence, everybody looking. And she had her communication person, Menika Cheryl, yeah, who wanted to talk to the president. Said, shut up. Who's this lady? I'm talking, you want to talk? That's the kind of person Madam Salif. Sometimes she asks, sometimes she could ask some of our officials, what are you doing here? What part you get to play in this business? That we have seen in the past and happening right now in the present. Lawmakers will abandon section only because they hear the president is traveling to bomb county. You see all the lawmakers. What do you want to show? The president performing his duty, you leave your duty and join the president to perform his duty. Let them there the other day. Why people are is go to the Facebook and other social media hangouts or in communities. See how many homes are flooded. People have been made homeless, waiting for the water tide to reduce. Some of the belongings have already gotten damaged. Some of the kids, the bags, the school uniform and other things. How do we get there to help in this kind of a time? The National Disaster Management Agency, what role do you have to play? The National Food Assistance Authority, because some of these people, the low food they have, are all getting soaked by the water. So these are areas that we all must be able to focus. When you get stimuli positions in your favor, you use it for the right purpose and make impact in the lives of the people. Mr. President, it will cause you to carry 5% with you to the US. Carry 5%, and those people should be people of influence and people of results. Yeah. We don't want people, the poor taxpayer money, where they only own the delegation because that means they have to go and speak to their wives. That's the mean they have to go and see their children. That's the mean they have to go see their house. Some of the things that they left there to go look at and play with their dogs. No. We run behind the poor woman in red light for ticket money. We beat on motorcyclists. We impound the motorcycle. We impound the commercial vehicles. We tell them to go and register. And it show all of these things and have a valid driver license. And these guys will strive on their own and starve themselves and make sure that they go and register the motorcycle, the tricycle, the vehicle, and all of these things for commercial purposes. And in doing it, they are paying taxes. And when they pay these taxes, they end up in the pockets of officials of government at the end of the month. Some of them with a very high salary. And they will go travel with the president. Even sometimes they go with the president and they don't come back with the president. They take up extra time because they want to be there. They organize some party. Want to see some old friends. You got money, you earning money. You can buy a plane ticket. You get your visa, you go. Don't use the poor struggling taxpayer money like this. This thing will come to an end. We saw that under the 6-year former President George Weah. There's nothing to hide about it. And we see it creeping in this government as well. The former president was condemned on so many occasions for the huge delegation he was taking out of this country regularly. Some people were even carrying their children, leaving them there. Why the poor people here cannot even afford to have their own country passport, their own citizen identification card. Liberian businesses are struggling. We saw lawmakers, they wanted to fight for gas coupon or fuel. You see? You are not fighting for the people, but you're fighting for what makes you look honorable. Because the kind of vehicle that you buy, you bought over a period of time after receiving your money, on your own, you cannot put your hands in your pocket to gas it or fuel it. So you are vexed. Marvin Kool and the deputy speaker almost exchange punches on the same issue. Oh, you're giving certain people gas, you're giving certain people this, and you're not, all of these things. Those are the people you elected. They don't fight for you. The greatest strength in them is to fight for what is it they are entitled to. And nobody is willing to say the road leading to my district is very terrible. I will sit with the Minister of Public Works and lobby with my colleagues to see reason that we can find money in the budget with the Minister of Finance and have our roads reconditioned, or we try to open up a new one. I noticed that this district cut off from the next district because of the bad road or the bridge got damaged. So we sit with national government, we lobby with our colleagues to have it reconnected, that the people in the next time can cross over to the next time, probably for business purposes or for schooling or health related issues and all of these things. But you fight for yourself, and the people fight to put you there. While you are there, you fight only for yourself. You fight only for what you know there for you, and not what there for the people. Yeah. Some of you went to other places. Some of you left from here. Some of you know how you got elected? People left from here, they went back home in their towns and the villages because they said one of our sons or daughters contesting. So I would carry my entire family to get registered in that district and have this president elected. And some of you were very successful in that. But today, we're not calling me, but today you got some of your folks who are going to you and you tell them they put in moral. They should just stay. When the people you want to see visitors are the poor that will come from Banga, or the people who are residing in Bong County. But you forgot that you told people that they should organize some of their friends and other folks, and they went Banga to register for you. But today now, you don't want to see Marora people or Pinsdale people. You only want to see the people for the rural part of Liberia, Central Liberia, who will come to you. And the young man so hard to hear, he went again. The man told him, my man, you know, he won't shake a man's hand. he won't shake the honorable man's hand. And the honorable man said, my man, monkey part real. He getting to know that monkey part is something real. And some of you are doing it. Some of you started on a good footing. Today, you have slipped up big time. But watch the show. Ask him about the advice. I normally tell people, I take tears out of dead man's eyes. Yeah, that's me. And these things we should be concerned about. The bread and butter issue. Goods and services. We play with almost everything in this country. Security, we still play with security. We gave our security officers peanuts, but we wanted to perform tax beyond the statute of limitation. You earn $15,000 a month. Somebody who protects you earn $150, but yours come regularly with other benefits and other things attached to it, and he still look at his phone waiting for their light. We need to save some money on some of the trips. We look at some of the trips, Mr. President, and we will say this. And those who are doing it, they need to stop. Some of you who are doing it, you need to stop. Yeah? You need to stop. Some of the projects you're carrying the president to go and dedicate, unnecessary, very unnecessary. And I think the president should be wise enough to at least at time, destinate people to go on his behalf. After renovation, you carry president to market to go and dedicate. These are things that we complained about yesterday on former President George Weah. You renovate one health center, you carry the president again to go cultivate. So when you build new ones now, how you going to do it? And these functions require money. The people are struggling to pay their taxes. The businesses are shutting down. And you just run with the president everywhere. Small children park, your president go there. K2 graduation, the president should go there. University graduation, the president should go there. What is this? And we need to keep our officials' feet to the fire. Mr. President, you got Vice President, you got Speaker, you got Deputy Speaker, you got your cabinet ministers. Some of these occasions that you've been asked to attend, they don't require your president by all cost. Some of the officials can go on your behalf at some of these ceremonies. You see, we should be concerned what sort of target our president will have upon his arrival in the United States and his delegation. Upon the return of the president and his entourage back to Liberia, what sort of message or information that we want to hear? Oh yeah, the president went, but the president was been very successful. The president was able to talk to some business people. At this time, the embassy there in Washington, the folks are there. At this time, you make sure you find an itinerary that the president, you start to love it. Mr. President, there's a very wealthy man in the state of Washington. He's a business tycoon. We are arranging a meeting with you. Diplomatic meeting are not long meetings. Sometimes in 5, 10, 15 meetings. There are a whole lot of things said in that period. And men say, okay, we will send our delegation to Liberia to carry on some assessment and get the feedback when they return, that we can all go into some agreement that will create jobs for other people. You see, But we got strength in this country for all of the wrong reasons. We got strength to tour the entire country to mobilize people to protest. You got strength to block roads. And all of these things. Liberians, it is time that our leaders reduce the huge delegation. We think that the president must travel with people who got impact, people who are well connected. And that's why you see we told people, and we're going to later the foreign minister and her entire team, and that's why she said it's not just about me. It's not just about the Unity Party or this government. This seat belongs to Liberia. That's the name it carries. It did not say President Joseph Baga's seat at the United Nations Security Council or Manifesto's seat or Ambassador Christopher Hayes or Nanuga's seat, because these are folks who went all around the globe lobbying, going to Bebado or other places, Ghana, Nigeria, other places, talking to like minds. I said, look, we can be a founding member of the United Nations, Africa oldest republic, and we have never had a non-permanent seat. You see other smaller nations that, you know, the agents can come more than 3, 4, 5 times out of what we got. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be celebrating 178. That's our independence celebration. July 26th is on the horizon. So you see, that's how responsible government plays. Everybody that will travel must be traveling with the president that for a sole purpose, not because you work in the offices of the president, so the president trying, you got to go. Some of you, your presence there count nothing. You just add it up to the wage bill or the post struggling people back home. You go there, you sleep in 5-star hotel, they pay for you. You get your DSA and other incentives. We want to see people traveling that upon the return, Liberians can smile. Some of the major pharmaceutical companies, you can tell them, look, we got vast land in Liberia. You can go and start to manufacture some of the medical supplies, some of the medicine. And you find people coming from neighboring Ivory Coast, Guinea, Sierra Leone to buy and take. And we start adding value to, you know, to our currency. And the economy will start to develop, and we will see some impact in the country infrastructure, in the livelihood of the people, and a whole lot. Yeah. You just take for instance the main Minister of Health. For 6 years, you don't even have that lobbyistic power, you know, to even say I'm going to talk to my colleague in the UK, in South Africa, in Nigeria, and say, look, we are challenged. We need your assistance. Can you allow us send you 5 or 10 doctors to be trained in a specialized area? Sometimes when you book some of these things, you sit down with your partner. When you come into the president, Mr. President, look, you say yes. You're not just in the position because you want to be in the position. Some of you have served in position and no impact you ever made. There are ministers who are in former Ellen Johnson City government. The 12 years they were just starting around government position in her 12 years. Absolutely no impact. They cannot even show you anything that they brought to Liberia while they were serving in some of those positions. And we saw a lot of them again honor the former President George Weah. They sat in those positions, no impact it made. And we're seeing this government right now. and we're counting. These positions are not positions for you to just carry around. These are positions that must come with dividend. These are positions that must come with result. Yeah. Like I said, shortly we'll go for Mary McGuire for Life Healing Center International there in Bonaz Farm. The guys are doing extremely well. Mary McGuire Hot Tea, some of you suffering from GOF, fiber, low blood pressure, rheumatism, stroke. You men, you're not that potent. But sexual transmitted diseases, all of these things, the guys are there. And also the coma. Benno Tissue Factory in Bonaz Farm. They're currently in 4 counties. They're there in Zaza Vonjima County. The guys are in Bangabong County. They're in Nimba as well. And they currently in Painesville and that of Central Monrovia. But let's go for it this morning.
The people are into selling Mary McGuire hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. The Mary McGuire hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Mary McGuire hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary McGuire hot tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settled down in Moserado County here. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary McGuire hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary McGuire hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary McGuire hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Mary McGuire hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Mary McGuire hot tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you're complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom, my stomach hurting, my wife, my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Mary McGuire hot tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say bad limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women, they Mary McGuire hot tea, they can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear, they Mary McGuire hot tea can solve it, it can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Mary McGuire hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back. Mary McGuire hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem. This Mary McGuire hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Mary McGuire hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Mary McGuire hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
I just want to tell God, thank you for what Mary McGuire. Send your key here and start treatment. What was happening to me, I tell God, thank you. It's not happening again.
And what was happening to you?
I'll get sugar, I'll get pressure in my life. I've been taking treatment for 2 good years. The sugar can't finish, the typhoid, pressure, it be giving me heart attack. But since I start taking the marijuana, I feel about it. Now, when they do my pressure always normal now. The sugar, the way it used to go on, no way. I tell about it. I live in Red in Bonafide, opposite Tissue Factory, the hair office that the place are taking my treatment. I tell God, thank you. My body all right now, my body strong.
Mary McGuire is a very good treatment, very good supplement. I've been taking it from the 17th, I would say the 17th of April. And from the 17th till now, I have seen a lot of changes in my health.
Okay.
A lot of changes. I always used to experience pain in my chest, my eyesight.
Okay.
I don't used to see that clear, and when I start to take it, and always, what used to happen to me at times, I would just keep going in the bathroom, urinating, sometimes all night. Yeah, sometimes like in the night, the 7th time, I think. But I see a change. Instead of me going 7, I just go like only 1 time. And I sleep very sound.
Jesus.
To admit, very, very sound.
Wow.
Yes, these are changes I have seen, and I was very. You yourself, you took notice of it. I was very big. I noticed I'm dropping.
Yes.
As I'm taking the supplement, I just keep seeing changes, and I feel freed. I feel free in my system. Yeah. These are some of the experiences I've had since I started taking it. It's a very, very good supplement.
Okay.
Our friend, you have made 3 weeks. One came out. Our there is small sickness where it started.
How?
So one came out and said, "We go to tell one. I don't want telephone. I said I'm medicine.
Oh, didn't they come about marry my baby?
Good. That medicine is very, very good. A woman said she will give her money to come buy everything. But I say we've been taking few. No. Therefore, saying when you sit down for long, a week back. Some of my friends tell me, but go ask people why when you taking it, your friend they can continue taking it.
Ma, take it. The more you take it, it will be more fresh.
When I came for a push, and then I was pregnant. All to me, I was pregnant. And when Phoebe told me, they did my test, pregnancy. That all you told me, I will give brain off. But to my surprise, when we married, they said they didn't see better. I started crying. My sister and I will go, Phoebe will go, they play. After.
So Phoebe.
Go Phoebe. We made a bit that you do me say developing growth. As you bring 22,000 and then 1 pound of blood. Started crying. They said, but they don't cry. I said, I will cry. Teenager, very happy to me. Oh, my call on the fan. My mother, she called on the fan. She said, baby, the people that give you all air and when we go to them. To go far parking there. I had look at all okay. But one key, I overlook the medicine first. I said, I just be drinking medicine. They say, but they don't give up. I said, no problem. But when I get money to buy it, then I get money, I get small money will run back. Will come buy one to buy. I guess small money will come buy one to buy. One day now, we went back to the hospital. They put the checking, they say, but we not see anything that grow. We only clean it up. You need to bring your thing for cleaning. What happened? So that why the medicine take for me.
How are you?
Fine.
Please tell me what the medicine actually do for you.
Right now, let me do small, you see. Call me come out today. A call from here all the way on this Anna. Majority of the people that know me, they know what I can talk. I'm not prophet. No one is prophet for anything.
Yeah.
But I know what something you go behind me, you see it be a line. The medicine is good. I don't want your risk to him or see the medicine, let the person be free to buy it. Okay, powerful. The way that you can do, the first thing, your arbor.
Okay.
Your arbor is faster to kill your arbor.
Right.
If you can see well, your arbor. I took my own yesterday.
Okay.
Why happy to me? Hey, my people that you try to buy the medicine.
All right.
It's good.
By the grace of God, that God I can praise.
Okay.
Then from there, I praise Marie Manga.
Okay.
Marie Manga, hot tea, it can work.
Okay.
When you take it the right way, it can work.
Yes.
And I want to encourage people to come to here, to the office here, to take Marie Manga.
Yes.
Because the pain I had on my side here,
yes,
it helped it reduce.
Okay.
Marie Manga hot tea, I even went to a Lutheran church in Paris.
Okay.
I made them to understand that don't overlook Marie Manga hot tea. Okay. It can work. Okay. Please go there. And
I tell God, thank you.
for the Marimaga company. I was sick, the chunk go out on my neck. I go all around, I was dying. All my people in my system were brown, deep brown. But after I met the Marimaga people, when I took it in, I started drinking it, rubbing it on a knot that was on my neck. All the brown people that were in my system, everything turned clean. It draw the Kool together. And the hacker a boss. Oh, I tell God, thank you. The medicine what you're seeing. So you don't overlook it. It can heal any kind of sickness. I'm so happy today. I tell God, thank you for Marimaga people. You can sickness, diabetes, TB, you want get menstruate, stomach hurting, back pain. You can when you take it in, you will be. You are tell God, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I tell God, thank you for Marimaga. I tell God, thank you for Marimaga.
Okay.
You see the leg? You see? No so.
Okay.
I tell God,
When I was sick, I've been spending money from hospital to hospital for that time. She almost died. I listen for my people and the kid. And when I hear the news over here, I have brought her. Well, I tell God, thank you. She well. And even my auntie, they call Yene. She was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, people were coming here. Gave me testimony.
All right.
So they medicine. And that's what we're going to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working. She was not talking. When they testing, when people see what I want to do, every time people when you come here for their medicine.
Okay.
So their medicine, but they're doing well. My Oma, yeah, she was not working. Our baby in the house. She was not coming outside, but now she got washed, she go in the bathroom, she pay for sex. She was not ever asking people.
Well, I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Koya about the medicine from Senga, buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listening to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you were suffering from?
Our foot problem.
Foot?
Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. How long that was hamburger you? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Marimaga hot tea, for some more money. The Marimaga hot tea medicine is sold for $350 $. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marimaga hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Marimaga hot tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361, and 0776 36 9805. And if you want to buy this Marimaga hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. So rush now and you will live happily.
Okay, so folks, you can go there. The folks are there, they're willing, they're ready to have you. And who knows, you could just be one lucky person to be healed after spending huge sum of money to cure some of the sicknesses you've been suffering from for years. So the folks are there in Bernard Fine. You go there and I would say they come out.
Check it out. And it's important because you just heard several testimonies, folks who have come in contact with the Marimaga and what they have done for them. Some of you still waiting to hear more testimony, but you may just be delaying your time. But it's important that you get there to the folks and be able to, as usual, we always give the opportunity. Marimaga in most of the country have 2 branches. And as you're aware, they are in 4 counties across the country. It is their hope that they can extend to other parts of Liberia. They are into Lofa, into Bong, and Nimba County, and Moserado rather. And you can go in Moserado County, for instance, at the Bernard Farm area, and you can get help. You can go to Central Town, Camp Johnson Road and Clay Street, You can go there at the Camp Johnson and Clay Street intersection. You can go there and you will get help. Also, too, it's important that you try the herb. It's a supplement, as a matter of fact, that you can take with hot water. They'll give you all of the ingredients and what is involved in taking this medicine. It's very easy, and it's important that you try this. If you go to Clay Street here, you'll talk to Ms. Patience. We are on 0775 499 549. And the number is again 0775 499 549. You'll talk to Ms. Patience Weir. And if you want to talk to the folks there in Barnard's Farm, which other area, whatever area that is convenient or closer to you, will be important. You can talk to Mr. Prince B. Gray, Senior, on 0776 369 805. You can talk to him. You can also talk to him on 0888 856 776. 0888 856 776. And you will get help. That's a good morning to all of you on today. It's important. This is the morning ride, and we are proud to be associated with Mary McGrath. Good morning to all of you.
Okay, so folks, you've been following us this morning. This is your breakfast info component program. The morning ride certainly here. Just before we went for our sponsor break, we were talking about the issue of education, and this is very key.
It's important that Liberia sit with the United States President. Remember the power currently it is at that level. Liberia sitting there and delivering Liberia case is important. But like I mentioned earlier on, it's also important. Like we have seen it. We've been around for a while. Most often you see these trips are crowded. They carry some people that they will buy their material and put on ship. They go to nothing but they should just go. We saw this happening. Or like you said, people go visit their homes. They are left from there a time, a while now. Their children there, their wife or concubines or whatever. They go there. So people go to visit friends. When you see it in the original gathering, you don't see the people there. And sometimes you don't even see major gathering that is being organized. But you only see people walking around taking pictures. Those that didn't come out, but sitting there in major gathering, what are the inputs? And those news come out on the side.
And that's why we're asking the president to review some of these
Ambassador, I want to say this, let me say to the president first. He's the head of state. The people that be carrying, not just one side. We also don't want travel. We want to put everyone case. Kool. Now every time get the people eat down there because they're closer to you. They say are your friends there, are your colleagues, so they are the ones who put on trip. No. We are ourselves. We want to see and bring things back to this country. Mr. President, take Kool. Say when you do not lazy, not travel there. National Fire will give bros. That's one and go. Or that's two and go. We run the money around from Washington DC there. We run the heat in Oklahoma.
In London.
Yeah, into London. In North Dakota. We run the heat there. Even when in some African countries, we run the heat from there. We run the money around from there. You see, it's important. And this is not, it's not going to be selective. I know because your people can select or choose on your thing to your 2 trips. We know. But we ourselves, we deserve it. They want to talk in it. They say, we can say open, you do better than secret love, man.
Yeah.
We want to talk in secret, we want to talk openly. So you tell the president, say, your 2 gentlemen, they are like more like your best. They can travel. Let me go to. See, come out to our people and tell them what's going on. Like what Kool said, carry people, even at 5 or 6 persons, you carry them, let them go. Those who let them be result oriented, people who can bring back, who can carry it and be able to sell Liberia out there. You know what I mean? Ambassador Brooks sitting down with the ambassador of China, of Taiwan, to discuss issues. We may talk about what you do. Tell the people there how there was some money placed in the budget today. One of the lawmakers were accused of siphoning that money there into nowhere, and actually now came to reality. The ambassador can say, no, I want this happen.
And it's not forgot about that place.
Yeah.
It's not forgot about that story.
Yeah.
God, get my food in for
one be fighting, say, he the Lord going to preach.
Fighting for gaslit.
Gaslit, all in the place there.
You can't fight for better healthcare system.
No.
You can't fight to say, no, we will not sit here and be hiring referring hospitals in the country that we are not being able to provide the necessary drugs and beds and logistics. Those are things that other people are fighting for. The
money you talk for the people that you just be fighting, giving to them.
Your entire leadership is marked by controversy.
Yeah.
1 minute you fighting somebody, 1 minute you giving instruction to fight somebody, 1 minute you helping people to boss somebody.
Say any political career, I'm the representative. Like that you represented, eh? And when it comes to eating the poor money, you're not representing that one.
Quite recently in Bon County, the man made a statement there again. He prayed for this government to fail before 2029.
Yeah.
So CDC can come.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, man. Tell the superintendent that the caucus is bundle of birthday party group, because he had earlier said that.
Yeah, he resigned from the
caucus.
He resigned from the caucus, but he still represented.
You still represented.
You lead a seat because even if you say that birthday club with the caucus, they was in your absence, they still functioning.
They still functioning.
And while you were there, they were functioning. It changes nothing.
They tell the superintendent that the lawmaker, they preach with them.
That's why we are saying to the president, President, please look at the delegation. A request for the list. People who will not make any impact on that basic.
We know that the list people go already.
And I will go to all of the ministry agencies to check for the heads and principal deputy while you people are away. If I discover that this person went with the president and look at the intent of the visit, and you got no part to play or you made no impact in terms of return for the betterment of Liberia, we name and shame.
Yes.
The men who are fighting to be speaker.
Yeah.
Going on the ground today, his colleagues are concerned about his constant absence from session. They just can see the man in a building going here. They know where you
go. The chair or rural administration, I'm talking, but he was asking people to be suspended because they absentee.
And the colleagues are there concerned that there is no written communication.
And you're not talking
about maybe you ask for a leave for medical condition, or you may be facing some court trial or something personal because you get cases when you already.
You get go out behind your case. You know, let me serious, man. You know. And these kind of trips are very important for the country, especially at this stage. Let those who are part of the delegation go to push Liberia case.
No, the boy go and see somebody friend.
Serious conversation. And so when people are carrying, that's their first time, I tell fifth time.
Yeah, you don't go to America more than 20 times. Your previous government, you went there I don't know how many times. Yeah. You in this government, so let other people
go walk around our delegation, you tell us. Don't ask what we'll do, one no. Yes.
This time we'll be looking for the list now.
We're looking for the list. And if we get hired for her, we can get it. Eh? Listen, see where we are. Look at that's one of the achievements we've been seeing for individuals in the government. The foreign minister, Sarah Presto Yanti, fought so strong. Since the funding of this country, this is our second time being elected in our position. Let me mention our existence, all can triple others. But we here. Look at what happened with the establishment of the National Tourism Authority. How it happened? Very fast, because the folks who are ahead of those things, like the ambassador, Christopher Hisonanuga, he was so instrumental on that. And said, "This man, and then I want to see it happen." Even at the level of the house. He was there with a colleague, with those folks that he rubbed shoulder with. Even when the president was even amazed to find that there are several bills for the executive there, but Pastor Christopher Nanga own was going to come up and say yes. So those are issues you be out there talking to our folks. Now we hear you complaining. You say, who knows what you can go back and you say something? Who knows? You can say, only like God, you say go back to Liberia. It can happen. Nothing is impossible. But it's based upon the way we will preach, the way we will lay out our own agenda out there. You see, it's important, Liberians. And to all those folks who will be selected, who are already being on the president's trip, let it be important to you that you don't just go in there because you ride a plane. You go in there to bring results. You go in there to put the case of this country.
If you go in there to see medical attention, use your own money. The taxpayer money should not be used, because these are complete abuse of offices, abuse of power, because you find yourself in a particular position and you can pick up the telephone and call the chief of protocol, or you call the foreign minister, or you call the minister of state for presidential affairs and affairs. Don't forget, put me on that trip there. Yeah, put me on that trip.
Yeah.
Me and my late daughter, I want my carry out the other.
We'll share this something. I will give you something.
Yeah, I carry my late daughter. I want the others. I want to follow education abroad. You earning money. We need to cut down the wasteful spending. The people walk here right in our backyard, look in our faces and told us about Margaret McCarthy told us about wasteful spending. Madam Bang also spoke similarly, and we don't just need. We try to mix movement with progress, because you're jumping all over the place, so you think you're making progress.
Yeah, and then you mentioned with the former Minister of General Ministry, Minister
Papa Clifford.
Yeah, with the president. He also did it with my own woman, peace between ashes, Dr. Joseph Koto.
Yeah. She went to the ministry unannounced. Yeah. The place was filthy. He had not even come to work.
I mean, the stairs dark. But
you know, people used to urinate right on the steps.
Yeah, the place was dark.
So now you broad day, you see people, you see candle or you see lantern. But you gotta put your phone light on.
Yeah.
To see.
And so now you're not careful, somebody check your phone for you in the corner there, you lost it because you can't run at the person, the place dark already.
If the president will travel with only 5 men aside for his security detail, he will travel only 5 men. Those 5 people that will travel and the president delegation.
Well, you know the president,
they should be impactful people.
He's good at that one. So
yeah.
So just carry people behind him, and you know. So nothing now they'll go on the trip there.
They go to travel, take pictures. And they have the temerity to be putting it all on the walls. You go to so many of them in this country, you go to their homes, you don't see one picture from Liberia that they took. They're so ashamed of the country that they can't take picture here. The pictures are all for Europe, America, and other places. When they arrive on only people airport, they're taking picture.
Yeah.
When they go to one of the preachers in the world, they take picture. They go to the Statue of Liberty, they take picture. They go to the White House, even also have the fair, but you can see one of them was executive management picture behind it. So Mr. President, request for the list.
Yeah.
Request for that list. And those who you will see on that list, they must be able to give you clear understanding why they are on the list. Yeah. So it means agriculture on the list. That means agriculture tell you his sole purpose of being with the team growing. Who you going to talk to?
So you go to the president, my minister of agriculture here. Yeah. Yesterday, guys, on Buffon. The
Minister of Commerce, the Minister of Commerce is on that delegation. Let the Minister of Commerce be able to tell you the purpose why they go in there, or the foreign part of the delegation because will meet the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, but will be building some top business back home. You know, so we need to know all of these things.
Inside the issue that we face in the town parks the issue of going, I get by numbers and the pictures. At the end of the day, you see nothing. Yeah, now the folks are telling you that since you came, you are not even drawing a project to this country. I hope that former president, we are president, still implementing. That's true. Government is continuing to that's true. But these trips, I want you to tap on. Carry people that you can get results with the president. And we said it the last time. We'll say it again. Don't forget, the way we hold other people there, we will hold you too. Because we need, Liberia is tired having leadership that don't bring results. This country is way. We're coming to another year again.
Yeah. We want people that when you travel with the president, we got dividend, we got end result. We got our taxpayer money.
Taxpayer money. Let us go complain. Why private jet? What result come here? We don't see result.
We don't shut the people mouth down. If you bring in investment, people, the people will always speak about these issues once they are into poverty. Once the people cannot find jobs and they see you living a lavish life, they will not shut their mouth. They will speak about it because they themselves feel like that in the process. So they will always speak to it and tell you, Mr. President or Mr. Minister, this is it, this is it. And that's what Alexander Cummings said. That the people, if they have jobs to do, even if you're riding B-52, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. He said, "Are you be concerned when I'm President riding those things?"
Yeah, nobody cares because you got a job to do. You wake up in the morning, get yourself ready, you go chase your hours that will put food on the table for your family, take care of your other bills, and all of these things. But you see one young man wake up in the morning, he don't have a job to do, he sits home, or you see one young lady who don't have money to say, "Let me start up my late business," and listening. Sometimes, and because of the short of jobs and no opportunity for a lot of young people, that's why they can insult you and myself every morning when they're listening to the radio.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I can be feeding the men how they can be causing my generation. I can feed it too. Yeah. I mean, if so many people even had a chance, they would bundle me in one corner and maybe I might just resign.
You'll be forced to. You can't move again.
Yeah, probably, I will say, maybe work the ear, radio, people because of music. You see? But we need to have serious people with serious mind. Yolo Kenta once said he said in the whole of East Africa, Kenya was the country there that was 100% depending on taxes that they collected before even looking at direct support from other countries. He said the reason was because they had the right people with the right mind in the right places. You see, we need to understand these things. You're fighting for gasket. Yeah. The other man after fighting for speakership, the ghetto, you can't go to section. And they are complaining that they say, I think almost over 6 working sessions he are missing. Where is he? You're using taxpayer money to run around and not doing the job.
Yeah.
You get your coupon, you got all the benefits. The car you ride, we bought it, we fuel it, we pay the driver that carry around, we pay the security, then you fail to go to work. What kind of painful thing is this? Let me under the rain this morning. What were they solving on fuel? I had to weather the storm to be here. Just to have our people informed and educated. That the regime speaker, you want to be regime speaker, that the regime speaker.
Can't go away.
You see?
You know what you want them? To be able to sit down in the corner and say do the work outside or from home.
Yeah, you know, that was no disrespect to the Gizi people here. But I normally hear people say that. They said, "Oh, the Gizi people, you let it feed their children in the morning or in the afternoon, let it feed them in the night." So I'm sorry. You know, you let it feed their children because right after eating, I straight to bed. You got no time to run around.
Because when you eat soon, they say, "When you're not going to be here, when you're being in." And that's when I'm going to be here. We must be in the morning going to go. They have funny to make noise to do this.
I remember one of the political leaders, I think some years back, were talking and said, let us not be the first to eat. Let our strangers are here, let it eat, then we can eat later. But we always in the habit of government. You want to serve yourself first before you think about the people. The people talking about no beds. The short-on beds are major referral hospital and clinics. The people talking about farm to market road. You are not even protesting. Mariko, you won't fight Father won't fight. You're insulting one another for the asset. Now, are you concerned how many persons are currently lying in the hospitals and clinics that built that they can afford it? Yeah. And some of the hospitals got them until they can clear it out. If I told you Friday, I met a lady when I went down after the show. She was there waiting for us. And you saw the picture that she showed. She just called me. When her boyfriend was attacked and chopped up into his spine. You see the soul, the pictures. He be in JFK. You see that hand, you don't even want to eat meat. And they stole his back A young man struggled to earn money, bought his back. Criminals stole, they attacked him, took it back. Today he's at JFK. He was on the bed because they are owning around $500 United States dollars. He stayed there. They are taking him from the bed. He's sitting in the chair. She just called me again crying. So we can put on an appeal for people to help. Because she said she got nowhere, or every little thing, every cent they have, they all gone. Then we talk, those are things that will concern you. Those are things that will concern you when it comes to national security. Why are we having these crimes so much? It said that we are understaffed, our men are overwhelmed by the size of the population. Or it's time that we call the Inspector General of Police or the National Security, the Joint National Security team. You'll tell us some of the challenges. Let's see. But soon as submit budget, you're looking for what in it for you. Let me see our budget. At the first place. Look at levels, many people, so many military agencies that 1,000 they will get into operating whole year. You see? So Mr. President, hey, sometimes you need to make some money pushing when you go in. And one of the things I said earlier, and that's how they brought former President George Weah to his knee. Do not allow these people to be carrying you to marketplaces to go dedicate. Don't think that. Don't think far above and below you. Mr. President. Funny, somebody go pin one little place and say, oh yeah, then they carry you and say you go court ready. Mr. President, stop.
One day that will stop you from going there.
Mr. President, stop. I don't like it. Stop that one. You get vice president, you got a minister of state. You got other people in government. You got people who are implementing projects in your office. Let them go to somebody place. Just like they remain all around now because the man's easy, so you're taking advantage of his flexibility. The day I see the president on any funny occasion again, he will not like it for me.
Would you have look at it the way Jimmy Milton Bly look at you get called back? And you will leave for the street and go home.
The president is president for 5.2 million people. You are giving chance to think and get the right people surrounding him that make positive impact in the country. You see?
That is serious, man.
Yeah. We will see structure out there inexistent. Because you ready for that, you put ready there and say, president, go call it. You just build it. Those things are things that people should not take advantage of the president. You get ready, you take one
project.
Yeah, one man sit there and go in the street. He just put a few people together. He said Zobo, as they can call it, he's carrying in the president's yard. I don't know who allowed them to have done that. We carry people and say to go tell the people thank you. You see the multitude of young people in the streets. You tell few people and carry them so to go. You can still see the same thing in the people with the hair cut. They tell it. You see the drugs still in there. They say I go tell the president thank you for what? Then when they went to do the audit, they discovered that the 10,000 youth that you have been educated with technology knowledge, we can point to one. Somebody suspended for it now. You see? This impression that people want to always make on the leader has got to be able to where it is today. People get position, they just feel they are there to only serve the president.
Yeah.
And that's why we have
and Team AMO say somebody put a picture on Facebook, using all kind of words instead of carry on the coat. Why they put a picture on Facebook?
And you see, here's the point. That's why we'll be asking for a total reform of our laws. And at the last segment, we're going to talk about that because we'll be looking at this age range when it comes to Chief Justice. I don't think 70 years should be the age range that people should be resigning or retiring. But we're going to talk about that later. But let's go to the lines this morning. 0775-919-919, 080-919-919. At the two numbers you can send the callers will be this morning. Yeah, my head is aching. But what to do is the people's job. We have to do it. Let's talk to our first caller on the line. You're live. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, people in National Valley.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you're asking me for the issue this morning. We're going to from Soaking.
Okay.
My brother, I think the topic this morning, the topic is very planted and somebody loves to go in now. Our people choose our district, we should spend organic district no one. The mayor become criminal like that, go in the night.
Mucho.
He can buy in the night. Nobody can see him. And that man, our chief out of Dua for campaigning for him from door to door while he's a bronson for him. Election is give the upper that the pay so that shall speak and drive through. Today, this when I we can see
after that, America hit to us.
You see that? So today, the people
go to Gaza to rise support for that. Yeah. You see, sometimes you hear people talk about your enemy right under your feet.
Yeah.
I see why the modern people can lie or some of the people now and they do something. I was seeing, brother, the man who is heading the security duty for the city of Pins is the largest. Now the Pins they argue.
Yeah.
The Pins they argue saying, Ambassador Brooks, you and Nat will go to Gaza to make like blockades for military support. They get some too. They want me to put easy. The president will go to support. The one who said he ain't forgiven, I'll be sending out the Arab thing. If I will never try in my left, I think I'll play the Oraya. Let me leave right and do my other thing. But it's good that we're talking in conversation. Good morning.
Yeah, what you how are you?
Go ahead, sir.
I support what you just said. We will try our best to love it with the president to see our best before we can form part of the trip. Because when you go to the trip, you better come and tell what you have seen. And over the years, I've been advocating for this collaboration. What about government? Why does it need that you follow the president? There are people who just follow the president. Yeah. They go on blood pressure. And let me just say, because if somebody ain't coming, they close up to the marshal. So they make coalition. And they go, because you really please in that. And then they close to the president.
Okay, yeah. Those are some of the things. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Brooks and company.
Good morning, sir.
You're speaking to Mr. Ferrari McDowell from Boystown.
You're welcome, Chief. Please make your case.
The situation is very bad. It's very, very, very bad. You cannot give me one organ of government or one ministry or agency that is fully functional in the Republic of Liberia. We have deficiency in every sector of the government. Even highway patrol, we don't even have police patrolling on the highway. People are upset there 6 hours before they reach, all the people is dead. This day we heard that the government or the president gave certificate to areas or agencies that did well, right?
Yeah, and right after the same man received the certificate suspended.
Chasing F to a hospital. How can you give accreditation to a hospital instead of giving it to Ministry of Health? Because when you give budget, you don't give budget that will go to the hospital, Chasing F to. You give your budget to the Ministry of Health, and Ministry of Health take care of GFK and the rest of the preferred hospital around the country. Isn't that correct? Then how will you go and certificate directly the Ministry Chasing F to hospital instead of giving a recommendation to the Ministry of Health? So there are too many overlaps there. Government is arranging new agency and autonomous agency every day, overlapping functions. I mean, the burden is too much for the government to carry.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the people are confused.
That's why we
you come to shopping town. Shopping town don't even have a operation vehicle. They only have a motorbike. If you have an emergency case, they say the motorbike tire, there's no air. They don't even have gas in it in the motorbike tank.
But it didn't happen in the ambulances then. Your life.
Good morning, Natana by Ricky Bros.
Go ahead.
Yeah, John Mama, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. We listen to all the things you say, Natana Bar. You see, we just President Boaka, please, President Boaka will be there for you. Listen to whoever and listen to the people. Don't do the thing that we pass government did. You start doing it when somebody say, that the thing is so please, President Boaka, if you're going anywhere, please, President Boaka, it's a simple carry them. Because we wait there to see the change. But if it's a clear own thing and they start, okay, I want to go and they can't get 30 or 40 list on the paper now, you say, oh,
Thank you as well. Your life.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
We are calling from the VOA community.
Please go ahead.
Let me say thank you for the topic on discussion this morning. Yes. You know, many people travel with the president unnecessarily, as you people have said. And I'm staying with you guys in studio. You know, there are times when people traveling, you travel for the thing you will bring back to the Liberian people. Are you getting me? Especially as it relates to the president trip.
Yeah.
Many times people just travel unnecessarily, sometimes for their personal academic and things they travel to put their personal interest too. Let me say thank you for your talk on discussion. And as it relates to the speaker issue, you know, this is one of the things, you know, Richard was fighting for. He already get it. I don't know why he won't go to session. I know if there's any law that states that he can be impeached again as a speaker or removed. If there is law on Article 33 and 49, then they have it removed. Of course, let the right thing be done. They will set a precedent in the country, man. But I'm not respectful from me.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. Your life.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Wiki Good, and to your fellow esteemed hosts. I am Pastor Command, and I do join you for the ambience of the missionary. I do not take this issue for the topic. I think the issue of public service should be about service to the people, to serve the public. It shouldn't be about self-advertisement. But when you collaborate, the narrative here is very different when it comes to public service. Most of our national leaders so focused is to land up money in their pocket, thereby leaving the ordinary people in total destitution. Now, watch that clip where Martin Kool was, actually engaging a fellow lawmaker, which is the deputy speaker, for Mayor Gasly. I felt broken down with him to watch my national leaders to see sort of view that we are going forward around the world.
You're more concerned about your personal entitlement than the nation as a whole.
Yeah, so I felt bad. You know, and that particular video went viral and went around the world. So people around the world, you want to come to actually, and they are kind of surprised. Is there a country to see a national leader arguing for gas? And I be discussing substantive things that border on the people's interest. So I think, anyone the boy is interested in Waka to see the narrative. Because people follow their leaders. So when all the time lead by example, when continue on the path, I think somebody bought a pool that man using public service as a place to land all money for the actual advertisement.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Good morning, Wiki, and let me say good morning to now.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. This is Arvin from one of the title room of the education of we were Wiki, let me say how the brother to my data lawmaker. Why is sure that the people of the Nation of Fire have been facing serious challenges within it for the past 19 years? Wiki, the good thing we have been seriously disappointed in the development in our district. Some of our rented district for 18 years, zero balance. Today, we decided to bring a female. So maybe she's a mother, she will pick for her children. Today, the first 1 year, the woman was seen in pain. Today, I think the woman got she be able to sit home. Even sit home, the woman was able to perform one bill for the welfare of our district.
No, let's go to the issue of our presidents traveling with huge delegation, where lawmakers fighting among themselves for ghastly and leaving the country's interest, which happens to be the people.
Because of that, you will see then going face fight because it is their own interest and not national interest. This is one of the reasons why we fund and local performance. You elect somebody for the take home salary. They will spend 6 years. They were unable to import one better to sustain and maintain the constituent livelihood. It's bad. And we get to the issue of the invitation by President Donald Trump. Donald Trump is controversial. We hope and pray that going there should not intimidate our president. We saw with Zelensky, we saw with our president, we pray that Mr. Trump be firm upon level of our president. Our president, all president, you understand well, he knows what to do.
Okay, we'll be watching him closely on this matter. Yellow woman, any other woman will not forgive him. Your life.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Frank calling from the report, President Point Electoral Pro. Yeah, this morning, my little advice to the president, we criticize the movement government that travel you and those that get to other countries while they was adequate hearing patrol in a small country and almost like the citizen of that country was 0%. So I'm begging, thank God that the United States was able to hear back our president who went and talk for our national issue concerning our country. So please, all the money where the Jews delegation will carry over there for some decision and all I wanted, that one we can really invest it. There the only highway, but not highway, the accident that they happen while they're not in this. Truck will break down on the highway, nothing to be moved. We can use all that money and battle truck. Because innocent children will be going to visit their parents. Then the truck break down on the highway and that driver just run into it and die. That kind of problem. So I think government needs to just look at suspending at the
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers from the line. The live.
Good morning, Willie.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm curious to call I don't want to say of the man. The last time I was here, President Bola was $10,000, 10,000 people, 5,000 people, President Bola is having the please reduce them. Because the first thing here, you couldn't lead the greatest person in the world. And I believe in President Bola, I did it. President Trump, what was supposed to be about President Trump? No. This person will tell you, I believe in your ability, and I believe that no man wants to our NATO, sometimes about that, but not do it. We will put our interest first. President Bola is focused, he knows what we want, but what we are saying, we don't clarify when we will be there at all. They will not go with there, Mr. President. The idea will not find with those are going to hear the trend. Agriculture, education, the health sector, there are people that are going to discuss the issue of the people. We don't go for ownership. No. So I put my word to begin the word that the person when you are living in. I said, they are not going, like, we be there. When they do not care. That when they go, they will report the reason that people are calling every day, we get them money people there. Because they are for us. So we are watching the president go down. Here about 10, 15, 18, 19, 20. They are not going to money. They are going to money. So we are talking about complaining. No president, we are talking about complaining. Then your time you will be complaining. You know, they come and rescue them. A rescue mission. The rescue mission, that is going to get money. Then you carry 15 people going to come to you. We're not going to do something.
We're not going to complain. They're parents.
Because you are going to take the money away.
Thank you as well. Let's talk to other callers. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Jones came betting calling for Japanese freeway this morning. And we start by saying Liberia on that press. The impact by President Donald Trump to President Bola, I don't think President Bola is a African leader that was invited. No, Liberia will love to be past leaders. My editor say, former President John Mahama, we all visited our warehouse. facility are visibly empty. Yesterday, your system program, OKFM reported at Kingsville Hospital, 0 drugs. When models are in there with the germ that are curable diseases, illnesses, and we sit here looking at all of them with flagging President Joseph Imamboy are going to say with Donald Trump. We should be looking at our country, the world we have here. What are our people do the work to ensure that there's equitable distribution of the work of this country, that even the Yapa world there can benefit from the national king. The Mary Silver they can benefit from the national king. What are they benefiting? But President Boy will say Donald Trump will not bring billions of dollars to this country. Will not bring drugs to this country. No. What we want is our leaders. What should be flagging at? Do what you can do best for this nation. That is all of our systems. Our less fortunate people in this country, they are all in the street begging.
Okay, thank you. That's why we said from the beginning of the entire show is that it's not about the pageantry, because we saw these things happening in past governments, and we are concerned about what will be centered around the conversation that we look. Nobody. I will not be sitting here and be talking. I'll be happy for Senegal president to go. I'm from Liberia. That's why we'll talk Liberia. The fact that our president been invited, he's not the only African country, but Senegal will not come take their money to come develop here. So even if you are not invited and the when was successful in getting something meaningful to develop the country, extending or strengthening the biological tie, they will develop Senegal more. They will not bring it here. So let's build up our conversation around our own, because sometimes in every small thing we just find me to squeeze some of politics into it. Yeah. Sometimes we got to look at
that. You don't want to agree with other people, so you just enter.
And that's why we say the president must observe the list, because we get been sending 10, 15, 20 persons on occasion with the president the president come back, we don't see no dividend, nothing in return. So what's the essence of having huge delegation? So let us look. The president must be able to take people who can love it, people who got the connects. That people you just there because you part of the delegation. But the people having a meeting, you just in a hotel or you walking around.
And Ibadan is very common. Our people, very common.
You're walking around, you're using it to go visit your relatives because you know it. Now you will be talking with to Donald Trump.
While the president busy, you do anything there. You tell the president something more.
And like the way Ivan Cook said, I was saying it by myself. Now, Donald Trump, please, that old man order, don't go yell at him. Yeah.
You put your bad behavior.
You are a vice president and one person too.
Yeah, they to silence.
Yeah. Chitty Venice. Be or conduct yourself in all the manner when you see that old man. Yeah. Donald Trump, you are seeing old man too, but I mean older than you. Please behave.
Yeah.
Have a good conversation. This is Africa's oldest independent nation and one of your strongest ally on the continent. That you can walk and do almost anything here and walk scot-free. That even our people, they can come here, steal our money when one can run to America. We ought to bring them back. So let's talk to our other callers. At 9 o'clock, we bring you our send up a message. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, it's William D. Director speaking from
Well, we can't complain about money. Go ahead.
Why you guys discussing the money for time the president the delegation? It is now military for even if you go into a president when you Ghana or that, somebody will not get a 100 money. The 5 million they invest in England, they are going to get 100 money. They are during the president when you go there to you know what Donald Trump there, I was getting money to like the way long ago then. If you try money, they took up budget and 1 million in a 2 year over there. I think I don't money. What is the amount of money? And during the weather was very important. That do I have money? But I was going to pay some of the way I was in the rain. Tell you about they don't know what they're there. So I want to tell that.
Yeah, now you laugh.
They were begging us. when I get on the no, something my I'm going to be able to tell you, okay, I won't do it. Like I don't get to. I want to let me go. I want to know my I do.
No, but I partly agree with you and also disagree with you. When on this trip, there are stronger conversations that bringing bilateral ties. But I don't say you are going to develop your country. No.
Good morning.
Conversations.
Go ahead.
Good morning to all.
Let's talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yes, you are honorably seated in attorney from the People Republic of Lima.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you for the topic on discussion this morning. On the come to the president traveling into Washington, D.C. It happened during July retained July about 52 government officials. You get me?
Go ahead.
52, out of 52, 30 escape. Big quarter. You keep that again. You get another 62 in as we call it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. So I pray that when the president carry when I carry 30 or 20.
Man, what the answer carrying 30 or 20 people to America? What did they going to do? No. We're talking about cutting down the cost. Wasteful spending.
Go.
Yeah. Somebody go there. They taking picture. They just walking around. The real conversation, they got no impact. We're talking about people who are impactful.
They're not even around.
That's because you must answer to the poor taxpayer that the money you're using.
And the poor level one leader got everybody want to carry wedding. All of them.
Some of these people, some of them will be earning around $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 US before they return, because every day their DSA and whatsoever the damn per day, and some of the hotels are going to be lodging in. By their own money, they dare can go and spend money on spend money there. You know, especially that's the president. You can't carry a president to any kind of quasi or low class hotel. The president and his entourage will have to be, housed at a modern hotel, well protected by the United States security and that of the president's own security detail. So we got to understand these things. It will take 200 person we carry there. We carry 200 person, and we can't even bring back 1 million. But when you're going, you took money from in the country's covered to support or sponsor the trade.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. Because we don't want tomorrow again when news break up that the trade to the United States, it cost the government $500,000. The government can say no, the US government sponsor the trade. So if the US government sponsor the trade, you let us know now. If the US government is sponsoring the trade and say we can sponsor for 20%, and you want to get 30, like bro, people they will handle the 10, well you can go handle it like that.
Yeah.
That one you go handle it like that. But we can't have 20% on the delegation going with the president. What are you doing? We know the president will carry his personal doctor. The president got his security to carry. He got his chief of office staff, minister of state, but I'm sure he'll be back home, I think, in the absence of the president in coordination with the vice president. Then you'll be talking about, the president, press secretary will have to brief us on what's happening. But let's talk, let's go for our central message this.
My daughter Kumba, how is the business today? Well, your face, how are you looking so? Like you thinking about something.
And I say me, I going to plenty things. So I tell my pay the next day. I'm telling you, all the money can check go tell that my children's school fee, hospital money, rent, my own small thing and set nothing. I can't do anything good for myself.
Amen.
Then to make matter worse, I try to put small money in lay business to go out of the country. But to find foreign currency, I can just be running around. It's too bad that things how I am stressed.
Yeah. Anything you don't know is bigger than you for true, yeah?
What you mean now, Patroni?
Kuma, on March 27, 2025, the Central Bank of Liberia launched the National Financial Education Program for people then like you.
The National Financial Education Program.
They finished putting it outside. That is they call launch. And that President Joseph Newman Boaka said launch the program for the whole country.
Okay. So what in the program will do for person like me now?
The program will solve your problem, my daughter.
Tell me something.
The financial education program will help people like you, Kumba, to understand how to take care of your money. Google.
Yeah?
Yes. It will show you how to set financial goals, how to budget your money, how to save part of your money after you take pay, how you can turn some of your money around in business for it to grow.
What?
Yeah. So after taking pay, you can't be broke again.
That good thing, oh, for Johnny.
Yeah, oh, Makumba. The Central Bank of Liberia will work with plenty other government offices then like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, and other groups then like the Liberia Marketing Association to make sure you're the women and girls manage your money. Google.
Oh, yeah. That is very good.
Yeah. Now, this financial education get many steps.
Tell me about them, Johnny. Tell me.
First, you have to set your financial goals.
What?
This means you must think about where you want to see yourself in the future. Maybe 1 year from now, you won't get plenty money to be able to take care of all of your problems.
Yeah.
Or you want to be big businesswoman. But you can only reach where you want to see yourself in having more money according to the way you will plan to use your money today.
How that one already work now?
That the next step I will come into. They call it budgeting, meaning planning how to use your money the right way.
Yes, that one that true.
So you budget by making a plan that show how you will use your money. Once you take your pay or you get any money, you have to sit down to put idea together to use your money.
Yeah.
In line with the thing that you need to do for you and your family, and you will still be able to keep some.
It makes sense.
Yes, so when you make your budget, that means you have to stick to it because you plan for everything already.
That's true.
The other important thing, that's saving. Saving means to keep some money somewhere for you to use in future. Then just using all your money soon you take pay.
Okay. But this saving you're talking about, ain't that to keep the money in your safe to your house, eh?
One advice, Makumba, do not keep the money in your house or under your mattress. Yes, go to the bank house and open your saving an account. You can open 2 savings.
2 savings?
Yes. You can open 1 saving or account with any mobile phone company. Like that, you carry your money on your phone right in your own hand anywhere you going.
But why if the phone lost now?
Easy. Just go back to the mobile phone company and get your SIM card back with all your money still on it. Yes. Then you could choose to open another saving or account with a bank. Just go to any bank you like and say you want to open saving to keep your money. They will help you open an account.
Okay, but what a benefit in that one?
A bank account has many benefits. Number 1, the bank can put interest on top of your money you keeping with it.
Okay.
And because of that, you can also be able to take loan from the bank where you open your saving. Okay. With that loan money, you can make business to grow your money or do other good things for yourself.
Okay.
And when you take loan from the bank, make sure you're able to pay it back.
Yeah.
At the same time, open your eyeball to all the things that you will agree to on the loan paper. Like when you will pay back, how much you will pay every time, and then the main one, wedding business you're taking the loan money for. And you must understand the interest you will have to pay to. Yeah. After that, you can make a plan to pay back your debt. Manage the debt good.
Yeah. It will not be good you tell loan, then you're not able to pay it back.
It's not correct like that, sir. Yeah, that digging hole, covering hole thing not correct because you will still be in the hole.
Yeah.
What some people do is to make sure they take a loan to put the money into something that brings in more money. They call it investment. So they can be able to pay their debt and be able to save at the same time.
So Google ad here, yeah?
Yes, so then another good thing is to insure your business or your home.
Insurance for my business my home, my.
So, God forbid, if something bad happen, the insurance company can help you get something bad because you are protected against loss.
Lopa Johnny, I will go to the financial education program and learn about money matter, insurance, hayaka.
Yeah, because with insurance, when your property damaged or warehouse burned with your goods inside, for example, the insurance will pay.
Oh, so a part of financial education too, eh?
Yes, it is part of the financial education tool to manage risk and protect yourself. Then you know, some business people don't treat their customers very good.
They plenty of.
Fine. So the last thing the CBL and other Google friends talk about, they say you get right as customer to complain any business house that will not treat you the right way.
Any business house?
Yes, like banks or mobile phone companies. If they not treat you the right way, you must talk it.
Okay.
That's right. And under the financial education program, you listen to me, they will teach you how to complain and how they will hear your complaint. So Kumba,
thank you plenty, Papa Johnny. I will make sure to be part of the financial education program so I can learn all the good things about money.
This message is from the government of Liberia through the Central Bank of Liberia.
Here. Again, you know, Ambassador Vibe, Liberians are also concerned. As you may be aware, the president has nominated Associate Justice Yami Kwekwe as the new Chief Justice to succeed the outgoing Chief Justice Ono Manasiano. But Liberians are asking some of the questions. And there are folks who are 70, stay strong, healthy, but we got age limit in Liberia. We just had a Chief Justice that is the party that was appointed by the former government. Former President George Weah to succeed, and people were concerned about the years that you are reached. The age 70 will be little over 2 years, and people were asking, "What are we? Why?" You know, and people say asking, "Why are we still having this kind of a limit when we get elect 80-year-old person to be president, or even above to be president?" You can have people in the 80s, ministers or private representatives, all of these things. But when it comes to the highest court in the land, we tell somebody when you're 70, almost like your brain is gradually declining in making some high interpretation or making some judgment in coming down on some cases. Because I don't know, because they said the older you grow, the more wiser you become. But this is it. Liberians will be looking back on the former Chief Justice, soon to be Sianayo Honor, about cases she left, cases she handled.
A lot of them.
And we hope that this, when confirmed, he will do the utmost best to reduce the files. There are some cases that have never one day been tried, not even pre-trial hearing. Some of them died, and some of them they have served beyond the term.
Imagine former Chief Justice Yemi now physical ball left cases that in a 2 year period former Chief Justice said that you could not even handle. She's leaving those cases with Yemi Kwekwe.
And just imagine, I was just reading one story while I was on the social media. I came across this story, but it should be in the United States. A young man at the time was arrested for a crime that he actually did not commit. And he was placed behind bars, but then he was just like, I think, 22 years old. He has spent over 50 years behind bars. And you know, they got some organization, they got some legal people who don't normally go after the cases, making sure that to know that this person is innocent and would fight to provide all of the facts.
And justice is served.
And luckily, he was released some time ago and was awarded 120 million. And there are folks who are even saying it's too small because he was robbed of his entire youthfulness. He was robbed, and a man who were people he had a family and all of these things, and he part of his early stage was also robbed. So you see, we gotta be looking at some of these things. In a little over 4 years from now, he will also be studying off fairway, or based on either resignation or incapacitated or death whatsoever. Like in Nigeria, they turn you left for Chief Justice rather than they also talk about death, but like look, South Africa just open up. South Africa just open up. And you see some people, they will put 10 years and all of these things. But we think that there are some cases that the former Chief Justice left behind, and we hope that when he's confirmed, that some of the cases can be fast-tracked. Yeah. Today, she left, but were able to make with a colleague, a ruling on the impasse that held Liberians for a long period of time at the House of Representatives. We now have a speaker, legitimately, and there are cases that are some landmark cases still on the docket, on the issue of land, on the issue of murder, and we see these lawmakers and other folks who have been indicted as it relates to the awesome attack at the Capitol building, the John Chamber that got burned. But we all were shocked, and the world was shocked to see us behaving the way we have behaved. We hope that this matter, when it is done, whoever this certified can take an appeal to the highest court to make our own judgment into the matter. But I think it's time that we speed up our justice system. We waste money on some things that are very much unnecessary. We can build other courts, specialized courts to handle so many matters. You go to all of the correctional palaces around the country, you find people that they are there. Whenever you go ask the resident judge or whoever, the magistrate will tell you no money to open trial for these people. But yet we get them behind bars. Already when you commit a crime, your rights are already being denied. The fact that you placed behind bars. You don't have all of your basic rights entitled to you while you be here, because you will not have your own time when to go to bed. You will not have your own time when to wake up. You will not have your own time when you want to eat and take bath and do some other things. You will operate with the instruction from the waters. So this is something that is serious. As Yamin waits to prepare for his confirmation, we hope our lawmakers will do the honorable thing, have it confirmed, and let him get down to business. Nobody go play politics for that thing. They say, oh no, they mad. No. You know, he's already on the Supreme Court bench. Let some of the folks who are already written and condemning sort of attack on the marker, say the president wants to tighten his grip on power. That's why he appointed his Honor George Gbese, knowing very well that this man was appointed on the bench by the former president. What did he see in a man that he put in there today? Somebody who sat in the very seat that could talk to the former president and say, "No, chief, don't appoint that man. Don't appoint that man. Don't send that man."
And the very people who are part of the former government abroad, the people who were associate justice,
and they are the one that buy more for him.
And the Liberia National Bar Association has also termed the appointment of the Associate Chief Justice to be one that is expedient, and it's important. They say that you hold the credentials, the experience, and legally prudent. And the president has now shown more of a resilience in his part committing himself to legal excellence in the Liberia judicial system. And others thought that the president were going to take somebody from outside the bench, or which a lot of the folks who are going to serious criticism with the president's decision.
Yeah.
But seeing that the people who have been around as a legal luminary for a very long time, now being selected, the bar is saying his elevation in the role of Chief Justice is a natural progression in his remarkable legal career. And they're saying he's the best. But the very people who saw the man being associate justice now complaining, why not be justice? And
that's the hypocritical part.
Well, often those who are associate justice stay in the way to become Chief Justice.
Yeah. Now, let's look at this. In the wisdom of the former president, at the time, this was the man he saw much fit to go in to fill a gap. You did not complain. You did not complain. Now you see this man now as somebody who is in bed with the Unity Party.
When he takes decision, he told President Will, small President Will, and they put him in there. But I can't wait. More representatives saying for him, he was in an elected position. For they who were in the appointed position, the in trouble, who have to account for the country's properties, monies. Even the president should not be surprised that everywhere they will drag.
But don't forget, they also about to give a clear-cut minute to the General Auditing Commission to audit the 54th and 55th National Legislature. He was there for 12 years. So he's not off the hook when they are doing auditing, and he's caught up into it. Only Johnson, there will be not so and be kept and waiting for people who will be convicted. So nobody will run. They say, "Oh no, the man for us." Why? You people are the one who brought into the limelight.
Yeah.
President Baga on IT upon easy, and that's what we have always said. If the president had gone and leave somebody will say, because the man, you won't put the man there because the former president George will carry the man there. They put the man, he appointed the man, nominated the man, you go back to complain.
And we were in 2015, this Chief Justice served as a relieving judge.
Yeah.
He was also nominated, confirmed in 2014, Associate Justice, Supreme Court 2022, where he served today being at this level, and he has served in several positions.
Yeah.
He also been a former teacher at the MCSS school.
He comes to work
over experience.
On the experience.
And let's say,
why would you be more concerned about?
At this point, I want to say thanks to the former Chief Justice Senator Yu. She did well.
Yeah, she did well.
She did well. In the very shortest period, she was able to leave a lot of mark that Liberians can turn to.
Most especially the issue of the house. She will be remembered because not so many people will be that brave and have such a landmark ruling and clear interpretation that, look, you guys, you're wrong. You know, they said you're wrong. So this is it.
You know, she broke ground for the judicial complex in Maryland County.
Yes, and she also dedicated the other complex in Riverside County.
And that Maryland County is about 3.2 million. She did a lot.
And she asking for more, for other courts, while she take her backseat, for more specialized courts to be rated, that we can fast track some of the cases. We're talking about rape, we're talking about drugs.
All the cases were before.
Yeah. You see, so we need to have...
She launched a 5-year strategic plan 2024-2029 to modernize the judiciary. And she said by that time, she knew that she won't be there.
Yeah, you are...
But she was fast-sighted and said, by that time, let's modernize the judicial system upon.
You are the chairman of the party at the time. This man was nominated by former President John Trier. What did you say? This is the troubling part of it. That's why I always say this. Because of the paycheck, people are not real and true to themselves to speak truth to power. Let people hear you. Somebody you can say, look, I spoke to the president on this matter. That he did not appoint this person, and he went on not to listen, because we want to know that president don't listen when they leave power. That's when the people, when you go to them and say, I'm sorry, you ain't inside, you don't know. That man can't listen. That woman can't listen. We were there, we used to talk to that person. Somebody else say, if President Baga can listen, you let us know. You don't wait tomorrow when President Baga is out of power, then you start saying, you start bringing the skeleton out of the closet. You say, that Papa is, you know, go yes, somebody, you don't see that Papa now, he's stubborn. You must gain one reason if he is not to take any decision, so you must be able to convince him. Say it. But for party's sake,
you wait.
Yeah.
When things are reaching to the point that you see yourself, then he starts to say, let me talk now.
And if I go VAR, one of the things that we need to get rid of in this country is the way we think. You know, truth telling now real in Liberia. So when you do, those who stand to say the truth, you've been seen like you want to be Christian Kool, as they call it.
Why you want proof?
Yeah, say that the way you want proof. You know how many person have done in that same position? You know how many person have done that same thing in my man doing whatever? The pre-birthday lady Tracy of the Liberia National Police would like to say happy pre-birthday to you. We'll be kicking dogs, Unit Miller as well. Happy pre-birthday to you as we all get towards storming your very homes. You know, hope y'all got a sleeping place for us there.
Yeah.
And this
is birthday to Georgie Porchy Johnson.
Yeah. And this was almost the same case with the outgoing Chief Justice when she was appointed, nominated, and confirmed that we all people from the other side of the divide. That that woman going there to protect former president. She's going there to protect wild ex-husband, wild Epping Snow, and there were a whole lot of things said about how. But most of these things we did not really see it. Maybe some of these things happened behind the scene, but what we saw from her, she in her April deputies, they all served. There was sometimes some of them had their own dissenting opinion, which is legal, which is right. It's the constitutional right to do so. But this show, and we are where we are, and we expect the Chief Justice nominated to do or even do far better, that we can strengthen our justice system, that the people can have faith in the justice system, because this is why we have suffered over a period of time with mob violence. Nobody wanted to go to the police station because they feel when they carry this person to the police station, that person most likely to be free if he or she can give $5 to some of the hearing officers reportedly. Then they will free them and see them back in the same community, so people take matters into their own hands. So we think that the judicial system of our country must regain the trust and confidence that she had years back, because this is the only means that people can invest in country. When people looking to invest in country, they look for rule of law and security. Are these people adhering to the Constitution? Are these people having better security that will carry our investment? That one of these days, when people are certified, they will not burn it, destroy them. So people look for all of these things, and hope you can look at the pre-trial detainees who are overstayed. Some of them have died. Some of them, they are sick. They will not even stand trial anymore. You can't even get them to even speak. We need to see some of these things. And just to add up to something, and this goes to our leaders, including the current president and former president and other officials of government. Do not go to South Beach only because they took one person from your party or one person that close to you before you get to know the condition. Don't go there. You got to carry and the former chief justice, those kind of people. Then you want to go to pay a visit. We are not saying you can pay a visit, but as a leader, these facilities are meant for people who come in conflict with the law. So it should be well kept, and you don't go to visit. Now, since they went there, they left from there. What are the changes? You're waiting for them to carry another person back, then you go to pay visit there. Yeah. Then you listen to the former president say, "My red Abu Kamal to be in the hospital because you're overwhelmed by the kind of thing he saw." You know, you forgetting to know. We always complain about selective justice in this country, but our officials in past and present at times, they also selective in places they go to visit, and that's when they know the condition of it. Sure. All the political leaders in this country, many people who supporting you or supported you, they are behind bars. Something, go there. Go with your legal team. Those are just simple education we're giving you free in the morning. Sometimes you put your legal team together, go there and see. You talk to some of these people. What's the crime that you committed? Why are you here? Some of these crimes are crimes that are very minor, but because somebody says somewhere who has financial muscle and well connected, we just make one telephone call. Sometimes they will take the judge, when I'm making no argument, send them to South Beach. You're jail man. You know, like bring people. Once you jail somebody that bring people, see it as a very interference. That means they want the case. You take.
Let me say welcome to Liberia, Ambassador Lawrence De Yuga, just arrived from China. Welcome. Attended a very intensive youth program there. Let me say welcome to Ambassador Lawrence De Yuga from China.
Let me say good morning to our board chair, Henry White, and the team.
Yeah.
Keep up Brian. Liberia meanest police officer, Superintendent Maxwell Reeves, the man who never has money. All the money he got, now people money. You not so power, you bank.
Tobacco.
Yes.
Yeah. Fanny Masale, there at the Ketua site.
And Patrick Kennedy, how are you?
Patrick, yeah, Patrick.
Very prolific, young, energetic officer of the Liberia National Police. Manja, good morning to you there.
She's here being the wedding coming up. Have you put in your best behavior?
Yes.
You tell me on the ambassador wedding team. We took your name for the last time.
Let me say good morning to my man Joe Amara. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing well. I know
Joe proud of me.
Joe,
Joe proud of me, man.
I think we do is the bottom.
If you can't show or speak or what is so Robert Bobby Gibson, good morning to you. It's good, man. Yeah. Bongole.
Yeah.
Good morning to
Uncle
you.
Mitch.
Yeah.
Tracy, the pre-birthday lady, how are you? From the Liberia National Police Traffic Division there at Zone 5. And we say to Matthew David and the folks, thanks for you know. Keep up, Brian. Good morning to you.
Ati Wibo. Yeah.
The man won't bring you out.
Ati?
The man got everybody. Oh, you know,
I see what Bonnie got talking about the graduate people go to the pastor people go.
Maybe he's Salala now.
Actually, Bribo.
Okay, so we'll go to the lines and talk to our callers. You know, this is something that we all
need. It's important.
It's important that we
have a say
on this matter. Looking at the age range, and two, that we can fast track some of the cases. You know, Yami Bisi, you know, you think he can change the narratives, that we can see some of our landmark cases be handled properly, and that more courts will be erected under his leadership with the support from his colleague. So we all get to know and to see that I swear. Don't forget now, the president still needs to make another appointment.
Yeah, Social Justice.
Yeah. The president still needs to make another appointment.
Will it be Cabinet Janet?
With the president, because the landmark ruling from the ECOWAS code, why if the president doesn't take into consideration what the ECOWAS code said, he should be reinstated, he was wrongly impeached. Look at it. Let's look at these things.
What are we begin with as Chief Justice? Because the only way say we'll change 70 2029.
Yeah, because we were told that this man should be reinstated or we pay him off.
Yes. And those have been done.
Why? So if the president now say I'm a member of ECOWAS, I get been quite recently I was in Nigeria for some ECOWAS summit. I'm a member and part and parcel of this body. We were there during the formation of such. And we were actually establishing in Liberia the breath. So I got to listen to them because I cannot be part of something that we all know our constitution. And it says there, then we defy it. With the president now turn to cabinet, With the Unity Party turn and say, look, Councillor Janet, please come.
Yeah.
Or the president might think that his nomination, if he tries to renominate him as Associate Justice, could be, say, you will be weaponizing him to fight people who impeach him because somebody say around. Oh yeah, let's look around, man.
But you know, in the spirit of reconciliation, they say earlier on, a band by ECOWAS, which is a founding member, could be good in the spirit of reconciliation to a band by ECOWAS ruling and break up in a bind. But what you just mentioned is important too.
It's important.
And how the folks will say, oh,
because take for instance, if you brought back Cabinet Janet, maybe the president who, because there were two who they were boastful, beating their chest. Honorable Thomas Farah, who is the deputy speaker for you, by you protected. I can't agree. You are in there and watch men to your house. So that must have a man who bomb you. So you got to take some of those things into because you all over the place. Look, Liberia, we are divided to the core in Basel. Don't make no mistake.
Everything through politics.
To the extent we divided over bodies. Body man, party or pass on inside. Don't park there, we'll park there.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. We fighting one another for gaslight, but we can't fight for the poor people. The children this morning, yesterday, the heavy downpour of rain. See the kids coming from school, wet. The backpacks all soaking. The uniform. Some of them right now, they went back to school this morning with what uniform? But you are not talking about them. You're not fighting for them. You're fighting for your own entitlement. When will this country actually change and we see the best leader to actually help us? You are too humble when you want the position. As soon as you get a position, you carry shoulders. You're infallible. You owe Mr. King late forever. You decide when they should beat somebody for your entertainment. The people will gas your car, they will fuel it, they will give you all of the incentives. You go and start insulting one another, mothers, parents, responsible people go. They will identify rogues among themselves, but these rogues cannot be prosecuted. You're fighting the Liberian people out. You know that your friend lawmaker are rogue. Make a case for him. But I'm getting tired hearing that thing when the manager tell them, go.
Yeah.
Make a case on the man. Say you're fighting for the Liberian people.
You can't be there. What they did, but you can't bring anything up.
And I'm asking that the Chief Justice won't confirm. And the Liberian National Police, somebody public statement from officials of government should be treated seriously. We will not sit here and somebody yell up in the open and call somebody the man like criminal. They ain't here. The Crime Services Division.
Yeah. Bring evidence.
Help us so we can go and charge this man, because if you say the man are criminal, now you don't think he stole something from yeah. And the people stood in the ring and the sun to have these people elected. And among you people, you can see who you build a case for us, fight for the Liberian people. You fighting for gaslight. Somebody in the gaslight and leave your hair and some of you are serious business people in the gaslight business. You're not open, you got people selling for your Campbell. In Bible, something serious there.
You can ball.
How can you live so free as Rudolph?
Yeah.
Because that's the only man since I was born on earth. I've never seen him buy anything. To sleep, where he sleeps are free. The water he drinks are free. The cigarette he smokes are free. The food he eats are free. The silver he wears, the clothes are free. The only thing that left for people to be told him, carrying him to his destination.
I said, man, the coward man ate his torture him in refugees. Oh, you are saying, man. Everything coward.
Look at that simple thing you can be fighting for. Gasoline. But the staff was there. Their pay will not come on time. Some of the benefits they gotta go protest. But because we agree that you're entitlement, but do you need to reduce yourself to that level? Do you? That's why you see some of them today. Some of the vehicles they are owning when they are out of position, they can you can gas it.
No.
Because there is no pinch on you when it comes to fueling or gassing these vehicles that these people ride. We saw some lawmakers. They say whether the government will give government should give the money so they can buy their car. So say the government can get a car. They went and took Keke and put a lesson plate on it and they went to Capitol Building. Define the no-go zone area. Lawmakers. They're on the spotlight this morning. You embarrass yourself the other day fighting for gasoline. That the people that can be fighting for, you don't see that? They are not debating the issue on the floor and say, why we got this small money in here? We should take them as a priority. Why are we still importing rice and spending millions of dollars? We must empower the Ministry of Agriculture or empower our farmers and put them into cooperatives. We can take the lead. We will be the guarantor. We go to the banks and look. Y'all gave these people money. Let the people start rice production. People on the other side planting cassava, plenty yellow. And someone said that right now, we got it in school. Right now, they feel learning listening.
They're taking notes.
But I was telling you here the other day, and you took it for a joke. Just as we were discussing, I said, just watch it. There was someone, the other person.
Yeah.
There's someone, they start calling people. We should tell you what to do, we do it. Then why not you're poor there?
You doing your work?
For me, I don't want to know. I can boastfully state that we far better than most of the guys who are serving in government position. With the kind of mind, the attitude. It's not just carrying the portfolio. You are excess baggage on us. Some of you. How can you say someone 6 years as a lawmaker you never pay a bill on floor before? Nobody has hear you yelling. Nobody has seen you debating. You don't have to be so loud and saying, but I got issues that you need to go discuss. Some of you go back. When you go in, when they roll back, that's a concern. You come and say, you invite the public works minister.
Yeah.
You're not concerned about the hurdles the people go through every day while you sit in on those there.
Who you're posting,
yeah.
Who read the whole thing about right? They was in expenses.
Yeah.
There was someone.
The day you go to JFK and they tell you no bed, you request the entire management to go stand before you people and tell you why no rest.
Answer the question.
When your current go there hot 2 days, he said you are putting public the management team from public, from LEC, why I say we are, look at that man. You go to the people, you confuse, you know what you tell the people. He said I'm bring the power man, the LEC boss to tell you why his district in Reggie don't have electricity. That match when I say Joseph Barra I told that magic gotta be magical again. So we jump over from places and how to call go there. Only because you went there maybe down there, you're doing us for you have air condition or fan you act like you're fighting for the people, but most of the cases you guys put from is derived from their personal encounter or their relatives or friends when these things happen to somebody.
Before you know that it's serious. But what other person is overlooking.
Yeah. I told one of my colleagues, my police friend, he went to get his son out of South Beach and he saw from the court to South Beach how much money he spent. When he came to explain it to me, I told him partly, I said, look, I'm very happy that you went through that experience. It just tells you what other people going through. You imagine you're a legal person, a police officer protecting lives and property can go through. So that's how some people do not even have the means to get people out. So it should just tell you, and you start and you say, yes, that's true. Because I personally advising, I said, you taking the wrong step, don't carry your son over there. That's not punishment. And you saw you had to spend money that was not intended for such purpose to get him out. And we see these things. These are issues that we expect the people to be discussing. Why are we still Minister of Defense posts? Your deputy, why is it we having the huge influx or recruitment of youth adults? Because the guys, look, that the fastest growing and recruiting institution in this country, our youth adults. That the only institution so legal and see that every day they can make recruitment across the country. Yeah. You can ban our security, all our active servicemen for the security sector, say they reach to the minute no more. These are things to address. Why are we having money for youth development? And we still see more young people in the streets. That somebody put $2.6 million invested to help 10,000 youth. Reportedly, one group of people just sit down somewhere, they start sharing the money among themselves. By this time, so many people who are developed, by this time, so many people will be looking at the future and say, what? Yeah, so and having regret of the lost days and want to make amends quickly. And the society can absorb them, that they can work and put food on the table and they become meaningful citizens for our country. We'll take a few calls on this and we'll go on this edition of the Morning Rise. 0775 919 919 919 are the numbers. You can certainly call us on to be part of the conversation. You know, Liberians,
and be to the point,
deserve better. Yeah. Let's talk to this caller on the line this morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Hello, Bob.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hello, boy, you too oil, will.
Hello, Bob, what tell you?
Can you have to will? You know how many times I went to last year to find people who are.
Hey, man, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm going to say up behind the police station. I can see you.
Now the man, I'm sure I will.
All right, ambassadors, I mean, it is very, very important to discuss these issues because these are the kind of problems that we have had over the years.
Yes.
You know, our lawmakers have now thought one day to even hold consultative meeting with people in their district. But every decision they make in our house is done by them. And, you know, and which is not, productive for the citizens that they represent. Look at what I saw in Bon County recently. This lawmaker,
Marvin
Kool, impeding, the dedication of a bridge.
Yeah.
That will benefit his people. He stood there and stood his ground that that bridge will never be dedicated until he's properly communicated to. And the people brought into that. Who is this one man? Sometimes people have to let us to address these people just as common people. Because that handle honorable is to be given to people who act honorably. Not people who go act dishonorably, then we should keep
calling them. You can love it for something you can love it and when you're calling for something to go there, but when somebody other finish doing it, they want delegate, they say no, they will wait for you. What impact you make in them having it?
That is very, very.
Then you go there for there,
to the core.
He left for there, he in time start fighting for gas leak. You want show him
for gas leak, yeah. And so these guys over there, their behavior has just, become so unbecoming to the extent where they act like children, So what I put in also to the justice system.
Yes.
How hard it is to adjudicate a case, even with a day. Where the fact is there. So when you judge the case, whoever is right Let them carry the right, and whoever is wrong, let them carry the wrong and be able to pay the penalty for their wrongdoing. But these people will keep people, dragging people from one day to another, assigning case and reassigning and all of that. And everything you do, you have to pay money. This is wrong. The post should not commercialize our courts in this country. Thereby, people who do not have the disenfranchised them, you drag them in the mud because they do not have, then you pay attention to people who have. This is very, very wrong. So thank you this morning, gentlemen. I will find time in.
Okay, Chief. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiki and Nare. Good morning to our many listeners.
Good morning, Gabi.
Yeah, thank you for the speaking recognition. Wiki, we cry to central government, our executive for development, because people that represent us, they are the ones that make some of our districts, community, appear underdeveloped. The reason I saw less people behavior is very, very bad for me. Bill that you did not proper, you did not advocate at the national legislature so that the development can go into your district. But if central government look at it necessary that they carry bridge in a community where we benefit the people that are representing, dedication, we are not being invited to go there and stop it. It just shows to other Nigeria then that they because of people that we have the power to all the time. That's what it's short to me. So we need to be different. We need to establish a friend that will be able to educate the minds of our people when it comes to electing people into power. Because some of those people that we elect to power, it is against ourselves. It is against our development. It is against the education of our children. The health sector of our community. The road connectivity. Some of them we elect them for us to not be able to benefit those things. Because if you are a lawmaker that is in the interest of the people, if any development comes that you will not even know about, you should be the one to call government, to appreciate government, and make the people to know that yes, indeed, it's there for them. So what the impact will them make your presence is dedicated?
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. Makes the call of Honorable John Smack. I hope you can call back and I'm sure he wants to weigh in. This is something, what's somewhere extra in it? Now, oh God. Good morning.
Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, Wiggy. And I'm constrained to call this morning because this is something we discussed times without numbers. The issue here is not the legislature. The issue is the legislators.
Yes.
And the primary focus should be on we, the electorates. Because we elect people who have no stake in the community that we take them to represent. Okay? And if you do not have a stake in something, you cannot appreciate it. Some of these people, I'll tell you something, honestly, some of them were renting 1 room, 2 rooms, 300 apartments, and they rent to be represented in one. Meaning the one they didn't even build in the very community that they were living and renting from. Yeah. They moved out and built houses on the Rousey Highway. So you expect them to represent the people of the districts which elected them? No, we gotta be serious here. The man doesn't own a kitchen and you call him honorable representative. What are you representing? Who are you representing? So most of these people go into these places broke and they want to come out millionaires. Somebody was mining one cinema do once upon a time and he owned buildings. Look, let's be honest here, man. Look, Liberia, we the Liberian people, we are the problem. We need a referendum to cut people's salary from $9,000 to $2,500, $3,000. Nobody's supposed to be living in the country and making $10,000 a month, getting gas slip and free car and all of that thing. When the police officers stay in the street can't even make $200 a month. It's an imbalance. Why are we doing this thing to our country? Why are we so heartless and hateful? Liberians, let's have a referendum on this issue. I'm challenging lawmakers. Abraham Dallas, you are my senator. Put on the floor. You cut your salaries. Cut your salary. Cut all your immunity.
No, it was
people benefit.
Okay, thank you.
Respecting people.
The people said they even wanted to increase because people can go beg them. And the reason why people will beg you because they don't have it and they know you got it. So they will go there. But if you create jobs, you create opportunity for your people, the man will not leave his job that he has to do to go stand to your door. You know, he got taxed to fulfill that will bring in something to help his family. Even if it is not that much, but at least it will be something that he can put smile on the faces of the children. Good morning.
Good morning, Donna.
Good morning, sir.
This is the voice of Muhammad Asikra, joining from the second Triangle Church. Thank you for the topic this morning. But you see, I said it on this platform before. I'll keep saying it. I don't think we really need lawmakers, representatives and senators. I don't think we need these people. Because honestly, from a very critical point, these people are the cause of the problem today. To be honest, Liberia, we got people that will pay 50,000, 30,000, giving them cars and their families and living good life. We got one of the young people there. But that person came from one country that never had anything, but they didn't go and see. So these are the same people who serving as opposition to development in their own district. Imagine that. But the same people that they didn't give money. Now when they say election time, you have the same people coming around, and the only time they can know us. No, we already know that we're politicians.
Okay.
Right now, everything is okay.
Thank you. We will have to go home. The people started the construction of the bridge. You were looking at it. You thought you should have gone there and said, look, who constructed the bridge?
Yes.
You read the people have completed to dedicate. They said no, they're supposed to have you.
So why you asking the project was going on that you are not informed?
Who did it?
But you say when project going to the you be the first person. One of the guys that the other people last the law or they know their function. When the law because so see what you know about
Okay, folks, that's how we say many thanks to all of you for joining us, watching, sharing as well. We're hopefully going to be back here tomorrow. As America celebrate independence celebration on tomorrow, July 4th. You know, so we'd like to say a pleasant goodbye to all of you. Thanks to Sarkando who will be behind the camera this morning, helping out with the sounds and videos. I'm Wiki Brooks.
And I'm not familiar.
Because you want to have a need made for yourself among the American people.